I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a little fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. Lobito! You got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.
All right. Hey, welcome everybody to the Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's a good friend, Mr. BDA, and I'm glad. That's right, I'm glad that everybody could be on board for this one. Fellas, in this episode, we've got a fantastic one for you. We're going to be previewing the fights taking place this Saturday. There's also fights tomorrow, well, a fight. Kataev is fighting tomorrow from Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. And then on Friday, we got Pulev. Believe it or not, he's got a belt. If you still care about those things, taking on Gassiev. And then, of course, Saturday we got Pacheco versus Kevin Lely Sadjo, plus some other interesting fights on the undercard. So we're going to talk about that, all of that. The press conference between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, which took place a couple of hours ago. And we're going to talk about that, plus more before we get down to the business, fellas. You know the drill. Let's get the business out of the way. If you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so via the Super Chat feature. You can also join the membership program here on YouTube. That way you get more bang for your buck. You can join Patreon for free if you want to. Or you can donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app. Links, are, of course, are all in the description. But the most important thing is you can to subscribe, hit the like button. That's what I was going to say. I was going to start with that one first. Hit the like button, takes 1 second. And if everybody hits that like, we're golden, all right? It really helps us out. We're not just saying it for the sake of it. Speaking of the sakes, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm talking about Sergeant, Bray, Eparukua, Bloodsport, To Matador, Earl Stevens. Shout out to Earl. What's up to Earl? Team Batman Boxing, the Quags, one of the initiated. Shout out to him. He says, I got Teofimo Lopez by majority decision. Woo. I don't think that's a crazy take, by the way. Ralph Unreal, Baron Evola, Bucho keeping an eye on things. Rapback Trucking Company, 10-4, Pancho Villa. Who else we got here? Jaime Leiden. Where's Kung Lao? Ralph Unreal. And many more people to come, I'm sure. Fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. All right. So we're going to be starting out with the Pacheco fight, I suppose. We've got... What the hell is that? Oh, there's more... Hey, there's a new icon. Did you see that, Bucho? I don't know if you see it, but if you go on this...
Yeah, to invite people.
Directly, that's good. That's good. Instead of having to send invites and blah, 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 you just hit that button and golden. Gold, Jerry, gold. All right. We've got a good fight. Let's go and start off with that. we've had a couple of good fights coming up this Saturday from, where is this taking place? Stockton, California, I believe, right? Let me check here. Yes, Adventist Health Arena. What the hell, Adventist? From Stockton, California, we got Diego Pacheco, 24-0 with 18 knockouts, super middleweight contender, taking on Kevin Lele Sadjo, who is 26-0 with 23 knockouts, although those whole statistics, that whole package can be a little bit deceptive. Women have told me my package is deceptive, by the way, deceptively big. But we're not talking about that. I'm talking about their dossiers. But we are going to get to that. But it's an interesting fight, that's for sure, because Pacheco is 6 feet 4 inches tall. Sadjo is 5'8". I think that's how they list him. Hold on, let me check here. Both super middleweight contenders, Kevin Lele Sadjo. Yeah, he's listed about 5 feet 8 inches tall. Holy moly. So, Bucho, unless my math is incorrect, that's about a 6-inch advantage for Pacheco? What are we talking about here?
Well, how tall is, if I missed the numbers?
Sadjo is listed as being 5 feet 8 inches tall, whereas Pacheco is listed as 6'4".
Yeah, 6 inches.
Jeez,
No,
Louise,
more than
that's
6 inches. No, wait, more than 6 inches.
yes,
6
more, right,
feet,
right.
2 inches.
And then on top of that,
What the fuck? Is that possible?
I mean, maybe they're lying, right? Maybe they're lying about Pacheco. Maybe he's more like 6'2.5" or something.
Yeah.
But then you see the reach here. Sadjo has a 68-inch reach, whereas Pacheco has a 79-inch reach. That's
No.
holy
no,
smokes.
this is-
10
I don't trust these
inches?
fucking
More than
numbers.
10 inches? Listen, we don't like to talk about inches here in the BDA boxing show because people start getting uncomfortable and jealous and even envious. But I mean, that's a lot. That is a lot. Now, before we talk about this fight, we got to talk about the Pacheco thing. Well, actually, I'm gonna save the Pacheco thing for later. But in terms of Kevin Lele Sadjo, because I think most people don't know about him, he's a come forward guy. He can crack. I describe him as Mbili Light, and that's not a knock on the guy. I call him Mbili Light because he's older, he's not as fast, but he's pretty strong. He can crack. He's tenacious. The downside is he's 35 years old and he has never fought anybody of note. I mean, he makes Pacheco's resume look like that of Sugar Ray Robinson's. But I'm curious. I want to start off with this. And I want to ask you guys this, so give me time to lay the foundation here. Pacheco, who is a puncher, or at least we thought so, was on a good run. And he's at 168 pounds now. He was scoring a lot of stoppages early on in his career. And then something happened. He took on an undefeated fighter by the name of Sean McCollman in 2024. That's the infamous fight where David Benavides, who at the time was Pacheco's stablemate, was ringside on the zone and he was evidently inebriated. That's the fight. So Pacheco fights that guy. McCollman, I believe he was a southpaw, unless my memory is failing me. And Pacheco didn't really seem eager or willing to engage with McCollman. It was a very uneventful fight. It went the distance. Then he takes on Maciej Sulensky, who's shot-born at this point, and takes him out. Okay. Then he fights Steven Nelson, and again he goes the distance with Nelson in a rather uneventful fight. Now, I understand Pacheco's unwillingness to trade with Nelson because Nelson can crack. But then again, Nelson did just end up losing in under 2 rounds, I believe, or 1 round, on the Crawford-Canelo undercard a couple of months ago. So that win not aging too well. Then he takes on Trevor McCombie, or as Fu TV calls him, the Cum. And, you know, to McCombie's credit, the Cum didn't come to lie down and get jizzed all over his face. He came to fight. But Pacheco, he was content with just boxing the dude. And, okay, again, might not have been the worst thing in the world to decision the guy because, again, Pacheco, there's no controversy with him in these wins. He wins them convincingly. There's no bad decisions. He's not clinching. He's not breaking the rules. But in terms of selling him as a fighter, he's not exactly lighting the world on fire. And that McCombie performance becomes particularly egregious or disappointing, considering that Caleb Plant, who's not considered a big puncher, managed to fight McCombie. Plant was having trouble with McCombie's long right hand and overhand right. So he said, you know what? I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to take the fight to him on the inside, knowing that the Cum cannot fight on the inside. And McCombie's once hard and solid offense became flaccid because of Plant's inside fighting. And Plant ended up stopping him. Pacheco couldn't stop him. So now the question is Pacheco a puncher or is he just a boxer? Because right now the boxing doesn't really seem to be all that impressive. So my question to you guys is the onus on Pacheco to come in here and be impressive, and can he even do it against a guy like Kevin Sadjo? What do you guys think?
I don't know much about Sadjo, so. But he definitely, Pacheco definitely needs to make a statement because, as you've said, a lot of people are beginning to question his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to shut everybody up. If he has to show us he's the real deal.
Absolutely. Frank, we got Frank Bay here jumping in. You want to...
Yes. I'm wondering, is this a boxing channel or a soft porn match as a boxing channel? Come on. Jeez.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
I don't get the reference, but yes,
this is... You don't? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, this should be a showcase. I'm looking at the Sadjo guy. Wasn't he supposed to fight in Billy? Is he Nigerian by way of France or something?
Well, that's, you know what, you bring up a good point, Frank. The dude in one of the fights that I saw of his, he's wearing trunks and he's got the Cameroonian flag. I think it was a Cameroonian flag on one side. Then on one of his ass cheeks, he's got the Belgian flag. And then on the other side, he's got the French flag. So for all intents and purposes, let's just say he's French, modern 21st century French.
But his
All he's missing
ethnicity
is
is
the pride
Nigerian.
flag.
Hold on, one at a time. What?
Oh, but his
All he's
ethnicity
missing
is...
a pride
I don't know,
flag.
I'm just assuming he's Nigerian or something.
Well, if you want to call him Nigerian, go ahead, man. Whatever. Who cares?
He's just Nigerian to me, right? Like, he's the Nigerian dude. No, but yeah, this is a show. This should be a showcase fight. He's made to make Pacheco look good. I mean, we've been talking about Mexican style, and I think Sobers always says it. If a Mexican like Pacheco boxes and it's a master class, he's not exchanging. He doesn't want to get into wars. Why can't it just be he's boxing?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, that's it.
But no, let me just finish. But yeah, I mean, this is a showcase fight. And this guy is brought in to make him look good because, like you said, that the McCumbee fight and the other fight, they were kind of lackluster. So, yeah.
No, you're right. Frank, listen, you're right. We're always talking about we want guys to create good fights, but we also talk about, hey, yeah, sometimes you got to be versatile. But that being said, to your point, the whole Diego Pacheco fight or recent fights exemplifies the narrative or counters the narrative that, Mexicans always root for Mexicans. Look at this dude, Pacheco. He's got the Mexican flag and everything, but he's not entertaining. And he hasn't really created excitement amongst the Mexican population. And this is something that I always say when people like Bill Haney opens their yap and starts talking about, Mexicans, all they got to do is do half of what the other fighters do and they get twice the praise. It's like, nah. Miguel Tite Vasquez didn't get any praise because he was boring. Juan Manuel Marquez, when he was in his prime in the 2000s, early 2000s, Tom Frank didn't pay attention to the guy because he was boring compared to Morales and Barrera. So what Mexican boxing fans demand of their fighters is, yes, skills, but they got to be entertaining as well because you can't be both. It's not an either or thing. You can be both. And Pacheco, like Frank is saying, he's not bringing that excitement. Now he's fighting a guy that's going to come to him, who's going to take it to him. This dude he has an engine on him too because he can't go the distance. Now, I don't know if he's ever gone 12 rounds. I don't think. And unfortunately, that's the other thing. He's only gone the distance twice, I think. So, hold on, let me just check. No, he's actually gone the distance 3 times. But I've wanted to see some of those fights. I can only find one fight on YouTube where he actually went the distance. And it's not the most recent one. It's from 2021. So I don't know if that's the same version as Kevin Sadjo. I don't know. By the way, no, excuse me. The last time he went the distance was,
well, let me just throw in this one last point, and I'll let Vessel go. But this guy should be watching him and his style. This should be his Kirkland. Canelo was similar too. He liked the box, but that Kirkland fight really cemented. Oh, this is a Mexican fighter. Oh, he's must-watch TV. So
you want that knockout? You want that type of knockout?
Yeah, but Canelo, that guy, he was in dangerous. I mean, he didn't step back. I mean, that was a firefight for as long as it lasted. Kirkland was a beast. And, but that's the type of fight you need, even if you take some damage to become that Mexican star and people, your must-see TV. So he needs that moment. And this is the guy that can give him that Kirkland moment.
Interesting. Interesting point.
Yeah.
Before we get to Vessel, let me just read a super chat here. Shout out to Boxing 9741. I don't even know if that's the real name because I can only see the handles here. YouTube still hasn't fixed the glitch. He says
I'm
thoughts
not
on.
fixing it.
Oh god. Okay. Well, thoughts on IBFP Nuke saying Roach won against Cruz. Well, I mean, if that's how he saw it, it was a very close fight. We had that disagreement in the last episode. Some people said, like Gypsy in particular, saying that he was more prone to go for Roach. Other people were saying that Cruz deserved the decision. So the draw seems okay to me. I mean, okay in the sense that I can see it. I can see the draw. I'd have to rewatch the fight and score it. But I have seen other people say that it was a robbery for both guys. Like some people are defending Roach, saying, "Oh, he got robbed." Other people are saying that Cruz got robbed. And then, of course, there's the accusations of racism that always have to pump up. Oh, you only saying Cruz because you're Mexican, or you're only saying Roach Jr. because you're light-skinned Afro-Anglo. Because that's the thing. The Roach is he's like a light skin, and then he's got green eyes. I don't know if those are contacts. So he's got a little Malcolm X thing going on. Vessel, you want to tell us about your thoughts on Pacheco versus Lily Sadjo?
Yeah, I like Pacheco a lot, but he reminds me 100% of Tite Vasquez. Like he very boring, very good technically, but a type of guy that really needs to step on and find that second gear, you know? Pacheco,
Right.
he never seems to really find that other gear, which I feel like he has because he's been training for a lot. He's been training really good fighters for a lot. With great fighters. I mean, he's been training Zurdo, Benavides, other people like that, you know?
Well, let's see what what's his name, Pacheco had to say about that. He talked with Ring Magazine, and they brought up the fact that he's going to be this Sadjo fight. He's aware that he hasn't really looked spectacular in the last about what was it, 3 of his last 5 fights or 4 fights. So this is what he had to say. He said, "I'm going to make this fight look easy, and I'm going to get him out of there for sure." So he's promising a knockout, a stoppage. He says, I'm gonna use my God-given abilities to my advantage. I have great boxing abilities, and I'm very athletic for a guy who is 6'4". I have everything you need to become a world champion. I'm very successful when I use my jab and stick to it. I like working on the inside and working the body. Really? When's the last time we saw that? With uppercuts. That's how I break down my opponents, he said. Then the article continues. Pacheco has handed the coaching keys of his career to Omar Villanueva, a trainer he's very familiar with. Villanueva has worked with Pacheco for over 10 years, dating back to his days as an amateur fighter, and was also assistant working with Benavides Sr. in recent years. Okay, so that settles that, because I didn't even know who his new trainer was, because he did leave Jose Benavides Sr. Then it says, Diego is at the highest level of the sport right now, Villanueva told The Ring. My job is not to change him, but to add to his already built skill set and remind him what his best tools are, and add a smart game plan that will showcase his diverse skill set. So, guys, evidently, they're aware that Pacheco needs to be impressive in this fight, and this could prove to be good matchmaking or the worst of matchmaking. Because, again, he's been struggling against guys that don't give him a lot of openings. And yes, Sadjo, if he fights the way he usually fights, is likely to give him those openings. But at the same time, the guy can crack. He's probably the biggest puncher, other than Steve Nelson, that Pacheco has fought. It's a risky fight. It's a very risky fight. So I'm very curious to see what comes of this. We got another super chat here from, again, Boxing 9741, who says, BD, have you seen IBFP Nuke video about Canelo fans twerking in the streets? He's a bud buddy now since Canelo lost. I think you mentioned that in the last episode, and no, I've yet to see that video, and I don't really know what that means, Canelo fans twerking in the streets, so I guess I gotta watch it to understand what it is you're referring to, Boxing 9741, but thank you for your super chat, really appreciate it, and try to give that a look there. What else we got?
I think this is a good fight to see if he wants to take the Mbili fight next, because he reminds me of Mbili a lot. This Kevin, what's his name? Lele Sadjo? Kevin
Lele Sadjo.
Frenchman, right?
Okay, I don't know. Cameroonian, Belgian, French, whatever.
I thought he was Cameroonian, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Who is the fuck?
Frank says he's Nigerian, so I'm going with that.
He's Nigerian.
Okay.
He's Sub-Saharan African. There you go.
He's Israeli, right? He's a black Israelite.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let's keep making shit up. I actually saw a pre-fight thing they did in France with him, and they showed his apartment. He's got a bunch of burner phones. He's got a whole bunch of different landlines on his apartment. So, yeah, I think I think he might be a scammer. No, I'm kidding. He's Cameroonian. And for some reason, he's got the Belgian flag and the French flag, which is interesting because the other day we were talking about that vessel, about the Chateau of Darkness or whatever, and we were talking about how Belgians are essentially French.
Castle in Belgium.
Yeah. And so we were saying essentially Belgium and France are pretty much the same thing, but it's just different nations. Right. What else was I gonna say? Okay, so you're saying you're looking forward to the fight, Vessel. I'm looking forward to it too, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I feel sick right now, but if I feel better, I am gonna go because it's not that far from me.
Stockton, California. Is that a dangerous place? Because all I know is that the Diaz brothers comes from there.
It's not a place you would want to go. It's not somewhere where you take the family.
It's literally the meth capital of the world.
Yeah, it's not. It's not somewhere where you take the family. I'm going alone.
How come I haven't been there? No, I'm kidding. Well, listen, if you can make your way there, why not? It's an interesting fight. I tell you what, though, I just realized about this division. You've got Mbili, you got Lester Martinez, you got Kevin Lele Sadjo, you got Hamza Shiraz, you got Diego Pacheco, you got Oslace Iglesias, the Cuban sensation who fights here in Canada, or from Canada rather. So the super middleweight division is starting to populate itself. And you still got Canelo, if he continues fighting, which he should, because he's got 2 fights remaining on his contract. Now, Pacheco and Hamza Shiraz are both about 6'3" or 6'4" inches tall. My father always used to say that in boxing, per division, there's only place for one beanpole Auschwitz type of fighter. Very tall and lean, almost extremely skinny guys. So I'm curious, maybe Pacheco and Shiraz are on a collision course. Because again, like I said, there's only room for one extremely tall and freakishly and grotesquely, I might add, a skinny fighter per division. So that's an interesting fight. But again, Pacheco not only has to beat Sadjo, which is not a given, but he's got to look good. I see Sobers jumping in here. Sobers, what do you think about that? Does Pacheco, is the onus on him to finally deliver a good fight? And can he do it against Kevin Lele Sadjo? All right, we'll get back to Sobers right there. The other thing that I wanted to bring up, let me read a couple of messages here from the chat. I rarely get the chance to do it, so let me see real quick here. Bentley says the taller they are, the harder they fall. That's right. Okay, well, these guys are going at it. Jacques Cousteau says Slenderman reigns supreme at 154. That's true, Fundora, the tallest of them all. Shopcom MD says Shakur has ICE in his veins. I don't know what that means. He's Puerto Rican, by the way. Jacques Cousteau says Sadjo versus Mbili would be wild. Indeed, it would be. Baron Evola says the nickname for the Belgians was the Sprouts. Is that right? I didn't know about that. All right, so moving on here. What's that?
You said Belgian. I always just assume waffles.
Yeah, well, most people do. Most people associate that with the nation.
And you have an eclectic chat. I've never seen such a diverse chat. Are a lot of these people from the UK or something?
Listen, we've got we've done censuses or whatever you call them. We've got we look at the analytics, and yes, we have a very diverse audience, and not only ethnically, but speaking, but also from an economic and financial strata, from a social strata. We got people. We actually have a very high class audience. That's something that we discovered a long time ago. We just don't like to mention it all that often because we are from the people for the people. That's what this type of show is. Speaking of the people,
I thought you were telling me your audience was a bunch of dirty the other day on this one.
Imagine if there's some audio ever gets leaked, like that Bush audio that supposedly, it wasn't even Bush, by the way, but in 2005 supposedly he was saying, yeah, if all these soldiers don't want to go to college, let them go to war in Iraq or something like that. Imagine the president saying that.
Mel Gibson breakdown.
But hey, Solvers, before we move on to the undercard, what do you think about Pacheco against Lele? Does he have to get a knockout or at least look entertaining here?
I don't think so. I feel like people, again, when I talk about with I was mentioning about Pitbull Cruz and stuff like that, Mexicans can't fight a certain way or they're going to get shit all over them and they just can't get no credit. This dude doesn't lose rounds like that. He's patient. He has a good straight right hand. and he knows how to win fights. He knows how to win. He knows how to get those eye popping shots. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, with Nelson and stuff, his last couple of fights as he's been stepping up in competition, his activity's been slowing down. He hasn't been getting knockouts like that, but that's kind of what happens at the world level, right? You can't knock anybody out. You can't knock everybody out no more. So you kind of got to box. You got to know how to fight. And I think Pacheco knows how to box. And I think him leaving Jose Benavidez is probably good for his style because if you look at the Benavidez he's kind of like Reynoso, right? I mean, he tries to train his fighters how to fight one way. He tries to make his fighters fight like Canelo, and Jose Benavidez try to make his fighters fight like his sons.
Right.
If you look at Jose and David, they have a very similar style, right? And that's why he also tries to have he was trying to be like the black Emmanuel August. What's that dude's name? The Emmanuel, the one
Stewart?
that did the Kronk gym.
Stewart.
There you go.
Emmanuel
Stewart. Yeah, he's
Stewart.
trying to be like him, right? He only liked to train tall guys who could have like that certain style that he was good with. I think that Jose Benavidez want to be like the Mexican version of that. It's like, bro, just kick back. Just kick back.
Well, to Emmanuel Stewart's credit, yeah, that happened later on in his career.
But yeah, I think I like Diego Pacheco, and I'm ready to see. I'm excited to see how he looks on Saturday.
Absolutely, it figures to be a good one. It's entertaining. I'm intrigued to see how he handles the guy. One thing,
Benavidez camp, or you know who camp he is with right now?
Yes, he's with a guy named Villanueva who used to train him back in the amateur days.
Okay. So yeah, I want to see him how he looks without Benavidez.
Well, one final thing I'll say about Pacheco from my end is that I'd like to see Pacheco develop a guard because he seems to fight with too wide a stance or a glove stance, and he tends to drop one hand. I want to see, if anything that he can pick up from Benavidez, or that I hope he would have picked up from training with Benavidez, is to develop a guard like David Benavidez. But maybe that's not his style. I don't know. Remains to be seen. Also on the undercard, we've got one of the fighters I'm looking forward to the most, Ernesto Tito Mercado. He's half Cuban, half something, right? I always forget. 24 years old.
Mexican. Come on,
oh,
BDA.
okay. I'm sorry. I thought Honduran or something. He fights at 140 pounds. Very tall for his division, 5'10", according to the statistics. 17 wins, 16 big knockouts. The guy has some good wins on his record. He's got Jolani Nongeni, who's not a tough guy to beat. I mean, who's a tough guy to beat, excuse me. Very tricky. He's a world-class journeyman. He has a stoppage of Henry Lundy. He did manage to stop Jeremiah Nakatila, something Shakur Stevenson didn't even come close to doing back in 2021. Also a KO win over Jason Velez, and most recently a win over a relatively short-born Jose Pedraza. Now he takes on the always tough Antonio Moran. And by the way, Moran is coming off a win over the undefeated Miquan Williams. That sounds like the type of name of a guy who's handing out 5% or literature over Times Square.
This is not the Moran that got his head knocked off his shoulders by Devin Haney, is it?
Yes, it is. But hey, he gave Jermaine Ortiz a very tough fight a couple of years ago, even though I think Ortiz at that time was toasting himself to make 135, but nevertheless, and he just beat a undefeated, like I said, Miquan Williams. So should be a nice test for Tito Mercado. Now, what I like about Mercado is usually I dislike trash talkers. I don't really dig it. A lot of these dudes like Shakur Stevenson and they talk a big game, and we're gonna get to Shakur Stevenson by the way. But he likes to talk. They talk a big game, and then when the fight comes, they run around the ring, they clinch, they shake their ass, and it's a boring fight. Tito Mercado actually delivers. And let me tell you, I like the little nicknames that he gives to fighters. It's reminds me of Donald Trump back when he was in his prime during 2016. Calling Ted Cruz Lying Ted Cruz, or Marco Rubio, Little Marco Rubio. Tito Mercado does something similar. Check this out. Whenever he refers to Richardson Hitchens, he calls him sorry ass Hitchens. When he talks about Keyshawn Davis, he says Keyshawn bitch Davis. And when he talks about Shakur Stevenson, he always refers to him as that pussy Stevenson. So very simple but effective nicknames for those dudes. He's going after them, and his trash talking style parallels his boxing style. Simple. He wants to go for the knockout, but he can also box, as he showed against Pedraza in the last fight. So what do you guys think about Tito Mercado, and what could the future hold for him if he gets past Moran, which is not a given? Not a given.
I like Mercado. And I like Mercado because I think these other guys are scared of him. He kind of reminds me of Andy Cruz a little bit. That if he takes an L, they're already pretending like this dude doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
But if he takes an L, they're gonna try to push him to the back of the queue and like push him under the rug. They don't want to fight this guy. I remember when he fought Pedraza, he was as soon as he finished the fight, he went over to what's his name? Shakur Stevenson started calling him out, started calling him pussy. And Shakur Stevenson didn't want to do nothing. He started like his eyes started popping out his head, but he didn't get up or nothing. These guys don't want to fight this dude. This is the kind of guy that Shakur Stevenson will not ever try to fight. Someone with speed, some power, that knows how to box. Same thing with someone like Andy Cruz. Keyshawn Davis ran away from 135, so he doesn't have to face this dude, Andy Cruz, anymore. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Do you think it's high risk, low reward?
Yeah. Because they know who he is, because he's one of their peers, right? He's like around their age. So they kind of know who he is, and they're actively avoiding him. So.
Yep. I agree.
He's gonna have to claw his way to the top into like a mandatory spot and have to knock somebody out. The same thing with Murataya. That's why Murataya and Cruz are fighting each other, because these other dudes that are these four kings and these undefeated gods, the future of boxing, they act like these guys don't fucking exist.
That's true. And then on top of that, Keyshawn, I'm going to call him by the first names just so that it sounds ridiculous. Keyshawn and Kerr don't even want to fight each other either. They're friends. They're brothers from other mothers, or whatever they say. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. That's why I like Abdullah Mason's philosophy. Is like, hey, as long as we're not blood related, anybody can get it. That's how it should be. It's a business after all. What else was I going to say? So that's the other fight taking place on that undercard. And
what I was going to
sure.
To your point about Mercado. Yeah, I like that shit talk, man. You should be respectful, but you should be allowed to say fuck that guy. I mean, I see too much buddy stuff. Now you guys don't like Ryan, but I like him talking that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see Keisha and Shakur, being buddy, it's like, bro, we want to see the shit.
Yeah.
We want, I'd rather them talk shit than their dads talk shit. Like, that's what I don't like. I don't like to see that stupid shit. Like, they don't fight. They're just going to get their sons fucked up. But when they say it, because it checks people's temperature, I think that's like the saying on the streets, right? So, Tito checks their temperature and they don't want it.
Well, he checks their temperature and not in the mouth, if you know what I mean. He really wants to go after them. By the way, shout out to Del Boy in the chat, a.k.a. Blue Collar Sports. He says something interesting. He says, Duarte or Delgado would be decent for Mercado next. That's a good point. Now, I'm not looking forward or after this. In other words, I'm not bypassing this Moran fight because you never know. You never know. Upsets can happen and Moran can be quite tenacious. But yeah, Mercado now is with Matchroom. So if Eddie Hearn understands that he's got somebody that's worth promoting here, hopefully he can then give him more chances and maybe even sort of start bypassing Shakur Stevenson and some of these other less entertaining fighters. What else was I going to say about that?
Real quick, just one more thing real quick. Sorry.
Sure.
This is where guys like Mercado need to get that highlight reel knockout. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to get people. Like when we seen that you guys didn't even say it, the knockout of the year when Martin. I mean, that was scary though. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, that dude might die in there. That was a scary knockout. But that's the shit you need when you're on the lower level, so that people are like, oh my god, I want to see this guy next.
Mm-hmm.
And Moran is perfect for that.
Well, he's lost against the best: Andy Cruz, Devin Haney, Jermaine Ortiz. So. If Mercado, again, it's not the most scintillating fight, but they got to keep this guy busy because, like what Sobers was saying, they don't really want to fight him. They're avoiding him. You could even say, but we'll see. What else was I gonna say? What's the other fight? Oh yeah, so also on the card here, Gabriel Flores Jr. once an undefeated prospect over at Top Rank, or was it? I think it was Top Rank. Sustained a couple. Who did he lose against? Was it Venado? Yeah, he lost to Venado Lopez and then to Giovanni Cabrera, El Cabron Cabrera. And since then, he's been on a good run, but he's already. How old is this dude? 25. He's just 25. Some people say he's shop-worn already, and he's gonna be taking on another guy that some people consider shop-worn, and I'm talking about Joe Cordina, former 130-pound titleist, contender, whatever, who's moving up now to lightweight. He's already 34 years old, despite his Zoomer haircut. And not that long ago, he was considered the number one 130-pounder in the world. Looking at his record, you think, oh, this guy can crack. But in the last 3 years, he was transforming into a power puncher, and then all of a sudden, he looks bad against Vasquez, struggles in that fight, and then loses to Kacheshi. And so now this is a classic crossroads fight. The loser will really take a big blow in their career. So this is another fight that I'm looking forward to. It's a nice little card, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's a definitely that's what you talk about, a crossroads fight.
Mm-hmm.
So the winner goes on to another big payday, and the loser, basically, to me, I'd call it a career, unless they want to be fighting, more club shows for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
But I seen Gabe Flores. He took a beating in one of those fights, and his dad, people were saying he should have stopped the fight, and his dad was just like, "Come on, bro. It was like the stupidest thing I've ever seen. His dad was talking like he was his brother or something.
Did he give no punch harder?
Yeah, but he kept saying "bro" like 10 seconds, bro, or something like Gen Z talk. Not like a father should be talking to his son.
Exactly. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. Now, the other thing I wanted to bring up here, so that's the card. That's going to be interesting. Now, a couple of days ago, when the whole Crawford versus WBC drama was ongoing, Nakisa Bidarian, I don't know how you pronounce his name. He's the guy from MVP Boxing, Jake Paul's outfit. He had this interesting thing to say. He said, every boxer wanted to be undisputed. To now, the belts don't matter. I have always believed the belts don't make the champion. The champion makes the belt. Equally, if you don't want to pay the price and play by the rules, then don't take the opportunity. Amanda Serrano and Alicia Baumgardner didn't agree with the WBC's rules, so they relinquished their belts, lost the opportunity to continue fighting as undisputed. Should never fight for a belt and then stiff the organization that was part of making it all possible. Now, I don't know about the stiffing allegations, but I agree with his sentiment. Listen, how many times have I said on this show? The fighter makes the belt. I don't pay attention to these belts. I haven't done so for 20-something years. I don't take him seriously, is what I'm saying. So this guy actually makes a good point. So it brings me to Teofimo Lopez. Again, they had the Teofimo Lopez Shakur Stevenson press conference a couple of hours ago. And afterwards, when it was all said and done, in the round table or whatever you want to call it, somebody asked Teofimo Lopez to weigh in on the whole WBC thing. Check out what he had to say. Very interesting comment.
The one that matters the most right now.
Tio, can I get your thoughts on the topic real quick?
Thank you.
Sorry, hold on.
Last one.
You guys can hear it, right? Fuck, sorry. Oh no, could you hear what I was playing?
No, all I hear is like porn or something. I don't know.
Come on. No, actually, I'm looking at my thing here. Yeah, you should be able to hear it.
No, we can hear you fine.
I'll go.
See, and Terrence Crawford going off
on
WBC.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now with this bull. All right, tell me right now. Canelo and Crawford was indeed for the undisputed. However, it was indeed. Now, hear me out, Punch. This was indeed accurate as long as they paid for the sanctioning bodies. But Crawford left out one, and that was the WBC. So, by default, on paper, he's not undisputed.
Wait, on paper he's not undisputed?
No. He didn't pay for the sanctioning belt. Regardless of whether Mauricio didn't want to or not, he did not pay for the sanctioning belt. So by default, he got stripped, so it became unified. If they could do it with me with my super WBC belt, then why not? And I paid for that sanctioning belt.
So by default, was you undisputed at 35?
Thank you.
Checkmate right there. Let me tell you, for years, first of all, yeah, I agree with that. Like, this whole belt thing is ridiculous because for years I was saying Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. I call him undisputed because since I haven't taken the belt seriously for years, for decades, my whole thing was always undisputed means you beat the man who beat the man. There's no dispute that you are the man. Regardless of whether you fight the guy holding the WBA super belt, regular belt, microwave belt, whatever. You are the champ if you beat the man. You're undisputed because there's no dispute. And for years, people were, no, he's not undisputed. I'll give you an example here. I'm going to put it up here on the screen. Just from earlier this year, by the way, when we made a video about the City of Wolves card, Teofimo Lopez versus Barboza, and I kept calling Teofimo Lopez undisputed. Check out one of the comments here from this guy. Lopez was never undisputed. Why do you keep calling him a two-time undisputed champion? Laughing emoji. I don't know if this person is watching the show or if he's ever even watched the show, but I'd like to get this person's opinion on this. Is Terence Crawford undisputed now that he's lacking one belt? And more importantly, is Teofimo Lopez correct? Because evidently he disagrees with it. Teofimo Lopez does consider himself undisputed, but he's making a point. All these people, like the commenter that I just put up there, who, oh no, Teofimo Lopez not undisputed, because why? Because he didn't fight Puello or Rolly Romero? Really? He needed to fight those guys to be considered undisputed? It's ridiculous. So what do you guys think about what Teofimo Lopez said? Is Terence Crawford undisputed based on that technicality that he didn't pay for the belt? Or even if he was undisputed at one time, is he still undisputed if you go by all those belts? Guys, I want to hear your opinions on this.
No.
Okay, for years.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Frank.
No, I'm just gonna say no, he's not. I mean, Usyk, I think he just said, yeah, I'm not undisputed, but I'm gonna go get it back. But go ahead, Bucho.
No, I was saying that for years, these people were saying that Teofimo Lopez wasn't an undisputed champion because of the whole WBC email belt with Devin Haney, right? He got an email belt. But now, what are they going to do? It's true that Haney was never the undisputed champion because of that technicality of the WBC belt. He didn't pay for the WBC belt, so he didn't win the WBC belt. Therefore, he's undisputed. Now, in my personal opinion, he is undisputed, just like Teofimo Lopez was the undisputed champion when he beat Lomachenko. But it's just funny how these guys contradict themselves.
Well, it's funny too how people switch it up when it's convenient for them. Now all of a sudden the belts don't matter. But when Crawford a couple of years ago was talking about undisputed, all of a sudden, oh, Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. All I'm saying is we've been consistent here on this show about fuck the belts. That they don't determine undisputed. But now when it's convenient for certain people, and Usyk too is at fault here for continuing this narrative of, well, yeah, you're right, I'm not undisputed. Fuck that. You should say, listen, my friend, I beat everybody. That's what you should say. He should say, I am undisputed. Screw the belt. But no, see how fighters, managers, and fans, more than anything as well, just go along to get along. They follow this whole thing. Oh, you're undisputed in the 4-belt era. So that's why I always say, if the IBO ever gains recognition, are people going to fall for that too as well? The undisputed in the 5-belt era? And that's the other thing. My worry is that right now people are talking about the belts, but the news cycle moves fast. I'm afraid that in a couple of weeks, or even less than that, people are going to forget about the whole WBC thing and they're going to go back to parroting the same old stuff about, well, if you want to be undisputed, you need all the belts. That's my worry.
Yeah, but the problem... I'm sorry.
Hold on, wasn't Lomachenko's WBC belt, wasn't he elevated to some WBC
franchise
status,
or whatever?
Yeah, it's a franchise champion. So he didn't really drop the belt. He just... They made him the franchise champion so he could fight Teofimo Lopez. Apparently, and then they gave that the email belt, the WBC email belt to Devin Haney. So that's what happened.
By the way, just
like, how can? By the way, Teofimo Lopez was a champion as well. So it's not like Lomachenko was afraid of Devin Haney. He took on the tougher guy in the division.
Exactly.
The next guy, probably the best guy. So these people are stupid if they think that Lomachenko was scared of Devin Haney. Ridiculous.
But it's interesting how people don't listen to what we're saying. Because we're saying the belts don't matter. But because I asked the question, because Teofimo Lopez asked the rhetorical question of, well, if the belts make it the champion, then is Crawford the champion? People aren't even listening. There's two people in the chance.
No, they're not listening.
Who think that we're saying Crawford's not undisputed. They think like, well, these guys are Mexican.
He's undisputed, in my opinion. I don't give a shit about the belts. He beat the guy who unified the division. So therefore, he's the champion. But you people are too emotional.
People
I think they're just retarded. I seriously think they're stupid.
And homosexuals.
Some of their comments in the chat, they just don't get it.
And homosexuals too, probably. I mean, I'm just adding stuff there.
Yeah,
but yeah. So yeah, I wanted to bring up that point there from Teofimo Lopez because and again, like I keep saying, I'm afraid that people are gonna forget about all of these things, about this whole thing in a couple of weeks, and they're gonna go back to parroting the same old. Well, you need all 4 belts to become undisputed. I've been saying it for decades. No, you don't. Get with the program. Now, speaking of the program, don't forget to hit that like. Hit that like. Really helps us out. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, speaking of the program, we've got to review. Can you guys see the screen I'm sharing, by the way?
Wait.
I'm sharing the screen here, and we're going to be watching clips of the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson press conference that took place earlier today. So make sure to click on my screen, the guys on the Discord. And let's get to it. By the way, the fight is taking place on January the 31st, and apparently it's competing with the Xander Zayas versus, what's his name, Sabau? I forget the guy's name. The guy who beat the Cuban guy, whose name now I'm forgetting. Not Asleis Iglesias.
I think it is Abasu. It's some black dude. Abasu,
right.
I think.
The guy who beat Tejas. Tejas, that's him.
Oh, Tejas. Yeah, he's a Nigerian guy, right?
Tejas.
Yes, I don't know where he's from. Again, I think it's Cameroonian or something. I don't know.
No,
all right.
Tell us is Cuban.
Yeah, he's
no,
Cuban.
The other guy, Barasu.
I think he's guy? I don't know, Africa, somewhere like that.
Nigerian. Frank wants to call him Nigerian.
Yeah. Nigerian, dude.
Yeah. All right, so we got to watch this press conference here. Again, the bizarre antics never cease coming. Teofimo Lopez shows up with books in hand, just like he did for that press conference. I forget which fight it was. We showed up with a bunch of books and he was pretending to read. I think even the book was upside down. But anyway, now he shows up with books, and check this out.
Fights, and they're laying it all on the line in this fight, and only one of them is going to walk away.
Look at that. He's scribbling. He's taking notes, or he's working on his dissertation. What do you guys think he was scribbling there on that notebook?
He's probably drawing dicks and fucking.
Come on, man.
With veins on him, and balls.
Oh, come on, all right.
Isn't he's like literally like a child. You know how children, how they color? Like they put their face down.
Coloring book.
Look at him.
Does he have a sippy cup too? Like, damn,
That's
dude.
so funny.
The hell is he doing?
I don't know.
So he's pretending like he's above. I think he's sort of pretending that he's above the press conference, like he's not interested in it. He's too cool for the room. But then, as always, and we haven't seen much from Teofimo Lopez Sr. in the last couple of years. I don't know if Junior told him to sort of step back, hold back, but now, Senior is back. Check this out.
First, of course, as always, live and exclusive on the global home of boxing, DAZN.
Thank you, Eddie. Mike Barreo, co-manager, Teofimo Lopez. You and Keith Conley have done a terrific job with Teofimo over the last couple of years, guiding.
Okay, so he's addressing the new manager. He's no longer with McDonald or whatever his name was. Lopez, that is. So Mannix is addressing the new manager, all right?
Him to some big fights. This might be the biggest, though. What was it about this fight that you particularly liked?
Well, this is going to be a technical fight. Everybody knows that. We got to see. Is that me or Mike? It's okay.
We can start with you.
So Lopez Sr. just barges in. It's like he clearly
can't wait to fucking start taking control of the whole thing.
Oh man, this guy's. I gotta tell you, he's entertaining. But okay, the other thing is the audio for the whole press conference. The mics were too low. The volume for the mics, the input or output, whatever, too low. They needed to bring it up. And throughout the press conference, it was difficult to listen to or hear what these people were saying. That's not the only thing. Shakur Stevenson has a manager or two managers. I don't know how. He's got James Prince, which was also on the dais. It didn't say anything. I think he's just there to intimidate people, knowing that he can. Hey, listen, Floyd Schofield accused him of a bunch of things. So I don't know if he's just there as muscle. But then check this out. The audio is bad, and then check this out.
Because he'll beat anyone that gets put in front of him, period. I just don't think that...
So the microphone is not even fastened correctly. It's all loose, and it just ends up falling all over the place. So again, I don't know who set up the audio thing. I don't know who was in charge of that, but it was just, it was a mess. And it's about the third time I've seen these big ring Riyadh season cards or whatever they call them, having shitty audio. I don't see it in the PBC press conferences. I don't see it on the Top Rank conferences or even the Golden Boy press conference. It's only with this Riyadh season whatever. And then we had, again, fast forwarding here a little bit, Teofimo Lopez Sr. again barges in, and he says that since he's been able to beat Lomachenko and Taylor, or his son did rather, he's got it all figured out.
You've had to come up with some good game plans over the years to beat some great fighters, Lomachenko, Taylor, among them. How difficult is this man, Shakur Stevenson, to prepare for?
Well, I see their weakness. That's what I do. You know, we broke the code with Loma that nobody had ever done. You know, we didn't let him get comfortable in there. You saw that, you know, with like 8 rounds, he didn't know what to do. I did the same thing with Josh Taylor, and we're going to do the same thing with Shakur.
All right.
All right, so he's the master. He's a game plan master. Now we go on to hear rather what Shakur Stevenson had to say about his abilities. Check this out.
We'll start with the fighters now, and we'll start over here to my left.
I seen a lot of weaknesses in his game too, and something that he said earlier. He said, "Tio never lost to southpaw. Well, I never lost to orthodox. So it ain't no different, but
the difference is you never fought no elite fighter.
Okay, I don't think y'all did either.
Oh, so you got to show it, baby.
I don't think y'all did either. I ain't see.
Not on my son.
I ain't see Lomachenko throw no punches.
You never been on a big stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches.
You never been on a big stage like this.
I didn't see Lomachenko throw punches.
Because we froze him.
Okay, you gonna see?
We gonna freeze you too.
You better not throw the towel in.
Come on, man. You out of your mind.
Okay.
My son fought without no.
Let me read a super chat here real quick, and then I want to hear you guys' comments about what Shakur Stevenson just said. Shout out to Plutonium Loach for his contribution with the super chat. He says, "You can take the man out of Section 8, but you can't take the Section 8 out of the men." I don't get the ref. What the hell is Section 8?
Public housing. It's like for poor people.
Welfare.
Oh, okay. Jeez. I don't know. Shout out to Plutonium Loach. I mean, listen, legally, I am obligated to read Super Chat, so don't take it out on me. In fact, let me pull up the disclaimer here. Actually, I don't have time to put the disclaimer. Shout out to you, Plutonium Loach. Appreciate the contribution. Really appreciate it. All right, let's get back here to...
It's actually supposed to be, you can take the hoe, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife or something like that. You can't, something like that.
Yeah, I've heard some...
You can take the hoe out the hood, but you can't take the hood niggas out the hoe.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay. But guys, what do you think about that? First of all, Teofimo Lopez Sr. is making a mistake too of talking about records as if records went up. But then Shakur Stevenson, again, like always, promising that he's going to stop his opponent and then only to deliver a uneventful 12-round decision. What do you guys think about this press conference so far?
Why does he call him? Why does he call him Lomachenko?
Teofimo Sr. better not throw in the towel. You know what I'm saying?
He's not going to throw
the towel. Yeah, he said that. Can you imagine? Like, that's ridiculous.
Can you imagine?
I mean, nobody takes Shakur Stevenson serious when he says he's gonna.
He didn't even believe it when he said
somebody
that
to the
shit.
point where the towel's gonna have to be thrown in. Nobody believes that. We know what Shakur can do. Yeah, he doesn't believe it. No, but we know what he can do, right? He can probably just move around the ring, and then get the decision. That's what he can do, and he knows it. And he knows the judges love that. The referee loves that. I mean, these guys can break the rules and the referees won't do shit because either they don't know the rules or they don't apply the rules on purpose. And so I think he's very confident. He's very confident.
Well, with James Prince in his corner, with James Prince representing him, I'd be confident too that I could get away with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just put it that way. Then... This made no sense here. Teofimo Lopez back to his old tricks. Check this out. Oh, shit. Hold on.
Over the last few minutes.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Yo, for real, y'all not excited for this? Yo, production, can y'all put the echo down a little bit?
So he asked the crowd, are you not excited? And people... The silence was deafening.
Well, was there anybody? It sounds like there wasn't even a crowd. I never got a look at that crowd, but it sounds like it was empty.
Who the hell was he talking to though? Then
he was like 5 people.
They did show that there were a bunch of press members there, but that's it. You know, Bucho, you bring up a good point. Why not have a crowd? It's always a closed event for the press. Let the people in, like they do at UFC, and let them react to all the insanity that's going on. No, they make it.
It's just a smaller venue. It seems. Where were they?
Madison Square Garden. I think.
Huh? Why open the whole fucking thing? Go into a little small room and jam pack it with a bunch of people, so it's gonna look better than that. I mean, it's stupid. There was echo and everything.
Yeah, the feedback in the micro. How can there be feedback if the microphones are too low? It makes no sense.
That's purely like an Arab thing, man. I used to watch Arab ghost hunting videos, and that's how it always sounded, man. Like crazy.
They don't know
what the hell is an Arab ghost hunting video, dude?
I was going to ask
how the fuck did you find that? What the hell?
Vessel has a lot of time on his hands, I guess. But But yeah,
It's what you do when you're unemployed, right?
well, there you go.
Unemployed guys.
Well, there you go. But what I was going to say about this was, so he asked the crowd, hey, are you not excited? And apparently not. Because I think most people know that this fight, even though it's high stakes and we're all looking forward to it just to see what happens, I think most of us have a low expectation in terms of the actual action that's going to occur in the ring or lack thereof. Because I'm not expecting much from action. I just want to see who wins. Because it is a high-level fight.
In those type of situations, like those press conferences or standoffs, that you got to have intensity. I remember Tito Trinidad, like he had a good attitude, but you could tell he was like really intense. Like inside, he was ready to throw down then and there. And with these weenies, I get real little weenie energy. It's like, are you trying to be too cool so you don't let the pressure get to you? But like, I'd rather be intense. And you know what I'm saying? And like, okay, I might look scared, but I want to be intense so that motherfucker knows I want to kill him, you know, within reason. Am I making sense?
Yeah, there's like a lack of testosterone in there. Seems like you're right. They're trying to be too cool, too relaxed. You know, like I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm confident.
Yeah, to show like, I ain't scared, but it's like it's just nervous energy. You can feed off that, you know what I'm saying? And I think that'll come across to the fans like, oh, these guys really don't like each other. They really want to throw down. But trying to play that I'm too cool for this, it just comes across as like, you really are scared. That's how I would look at it.
Mm-hmm. And the press conference went so bad that at some point, Turkey she had to call in. Remember that? I'm going to show it or whatever. But so then Mannix grabs the fucking phone, puts him on the mic, and it sounds like shit, you know, because the mics are sounding like shit throughout the whole thing. So it was just terrible. But the fact that Turkey had to step in, he was probably watching in Saudi Arabia, and he's like, what the fuck am I watching? This is a big fight, and these guys aren't selling it.
Well, not for nothing, but he didn't actually improve the press conference. I mean, I didn't
No.
Yeah, I didn't clip
I don't even know what the fuck he said.
I didn't clip it, but he was just like, I am here with the prince, and I am happy to do with the prince. Like, what are you talking about? Imagine, the only thing I wanted to see was if he accidentally turned on his cam on his phone, and we actually saw what he was doing.
And naked.
He's like naked, changing. He's got his little dick out.
It was a terrible press conference.
It wasn't that bad.
Now the fight might be boring, but it's still a big fight, and it didn't look like it didn't feel like a big fight.
It wasn't that bad, man. Listen, let's keep watching. It heated up a little bit here, or it got a little weirder though. Check this out.
Oh yeah, it's true a little bit with the father.
But listen, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm just just doing some self work. That's all it is. But nevertheless, man, shout out to the Knicks. NBA semi.
As soon as I heard the N word, I thought he was gonna. He said Knicks, right? So I thought he was gonna say something else there, but I didn't know how far he was gonna take it. But thankfully, he was talking about the sports team, the Knicks.
Finals against the Orlando Magic. That's up, coming soon. Let's go Knicks. I'm excited for that. And yeah, man, y'all not excited, man. This is two of the guys that they say is the best of the best. About to lace it up. Here in beautiful Madison Square Garden, the mecca of boxing, January 31st. Chris Mannix, I'm happy, man. I'm grateful, thankful.
What the fuck is that energy?
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck? I'm happy. Are you guys happy? I'm happy. Let's go, Knicks.
Yeah, he's talking like he just got a tuggy or something. Super relaxed.
Wait a minute, isn't that the reason why you ended the show early the last time I was there? You had somebody coming over.
You know it.
That's right.
You need to relax.
I actually heard near the end. I didn't tell you, but I heard somebody, like, you left your microphone on for 2 seconds. I hit it for the massage, and I said, okay, I know what Frank is up to. And that's when the audio cut out. But anyway, you're right, though. It's very low energy, although he did try to bring it back. Check this out.
Gonna have Shakur Jigama.
Oh, shit, I gotta rewind it.
Did he say Jigama?
Well, that's, yeah, listen to that. Listen to that, man.
And, gonna have Shakur Jigama,
You said you're gonna do what?
Jiggle my balls.
What? Pause, bro.
You fell for
wild,
that shit.
Why you always doing?
Teofimo Lopez Sr. is like, you fell for that. It's like, why who the fuck saw that?
Like retards, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This is literally like 3 retards arguing. What the fuck is this?
I mean, the guy's coloring and then fucking with like
The ball jokes. Yeah, the dick and ball jokes. I mean, what is this, a BDA show? But yeah,
So
so that's what he...
a Happy Meal. What the fuck are you watching, bro?
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird. Then it gets even weirder. 24-28. Hold on. Then Teofimo Lopez decides, no, that's not enough. Like, people laughed at it. He's got to take it further.
Talked
Check
in
this
the
out.
past about moving up in weight. Why was this the right fight for you?
Hold on, I'll tell you what.
He puts his hand in his pocket, pulls it out, and he's showing Shakur Stevenson the finger. I mean, what's wrong with this dude?
Oh, shit. Oh, wow.
What's wrong with this guy?
Well, we know he's not okay in the head. That's for sure.
Fuck you too, nigga.
But that's not selling the fight at all.
By the way, Shakur Stevenson is half Afro-Anglo, half Puerto Rican. Is he allowed, though, to use the N-word? Because shouldn't he only say half the N-word?
I think he's allowed.
All right. Well, we're allowed too then, I guess. We're Hispanic too. And then check this out. We go to... Hold on a second. Again, Bucho, in hindsight, you're right, though. These antics didn't really exactly improve the press conference. It's kind of cringe now. A couple of more clips, and then we're done here with this segment.
Once again, and they will say the takeover.
Shakur, do you think the weight matters in this fight, going up the extra 5 pounds?
Honestly, no. I feel like Tio's not that much bigger than me. I think he kind of a little muscular, but that shit don't mean nothing. Muscle don't win fights, but
Faster. We're talking about room 40,
Faster.
though.
You said what?
We're talking about room 40.
Faster.
Room 40's nuts.
Faster. Yo, you pause, bro. What's up?
So another their double entendre or hidden gem there from Teofimo Lopez. And then Teofimo Lopez says, I don't want to play it here, but says, I'm going to F you. I'm going to F you hard. So he started taking it a little bit too far. A little bit. But it's true, though. Hey, speaking
Isn't it
of
like
the
from
weight.
Science of the Lambs?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he sounds like a little bit like Buffalo.
I'm gonna fuck you.
Buffalo. I would fuck me. I would fuck me so hard. I wanted to ask you...
Shakur, would you fuck me? Because I would fuck me.
Jeez, Luis. Bucho, what about the weight thing? It seems like people aren't really making that a big deal that Shakur Stevens is moving up. It's almost like he was supposed to be there all
I mean,
along.
you think that'd be a big talking point? People should be talking about David versus Goliath because Shakur Stevenson started boxing at 126 professionally, right? 126, 130, 135, 140. But nobody's talking about the weight advantage for Teofimo Lopez or anything like that. Why is that? Think about it.
It's a good question.
Well,
that's a good question.
This guy, Shakur Stevenson, has been, I don't know how he's been doing it, but he's been fighting at 126, fighting really small guys. When this guy should have been fighting on 140, 147. I don't know how these people are doing it, but this is very common these days. That these guys are just fighting 4 weight divisions below their
Scooby snack, Bucho. Scooby snacks.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just saying it's kind of weird.
Scooby snack.
Of course, we've seen this throughout history, but
well, may I say that this is the new blueprint for a lot of these fighters, especially the snack affiliated fighters. They shrink down, and they're able to do it now because of the 36-hour weigh-ins. Right now, before there used to be 24 hours or thereabouts between the weigh-in and the fight. Now there's 36. So these guys are able to stay down at these lower weights for longer. And by doing that, they can go up through 5-6 weight divisions. They can say, "Oh, I won titles." Which, by the way, again, that's going to come back. People are going to start respecting the sanctioning bodies again for some reason. But they're going to keep saying, "Oh," because again, it benefits the fighters. They like that whole thing of, "I'm a 6th division world champion." No, you're not. You won a paper belt. But anyway, yeah, that's the blueprint. That these guys do.
Shakur looks bigger than Teofimo Lopez. I don't know what he was talking about.
Well, we're gonna if we look at the...
I think Teofimo Lopez looks a little bit bigger, more muscular. It's like, nah, you look bigger than that guy.
Yeah, I mean, these dudes aren't 140 pounds, that's for sure. Now, Teofimo Lopez there, like somebody said, Maribel Colon in the chat says, Teo getting zesty. Yeah, he was getting a little fruity there, but I understand what he's doing. He's trying to sell the fight, but still. Then a little bit more of a back and forth here between Lopez Sr. and Shakur Stevenson here.
Right? It's okay.
I can't wait to beat this clown, bro. This dude is a clown.
Focus on me.
You better have that chin ready, baby. You better have it ready.
Real clown.
I already figured your ass out.
You
What
not
else,
fighting.
man? What else you got, man?
Yo,
Hey,
yo,
listen,
Senior, you're
And I only
not in
seen
the
10
ring.
seconds of your fight.
I seen you fight before.
I only
You
seen
can't
10
fight.
seconds of your fight. You're boring as hell,
Come on,
man.
bro. Stop it, bro.
Boring, man. You almost got knocked out. Even your
Oh
daughter
my
say
God,
you got
I
knocked
almost
out.
got knocked out. Tio got hurt his
Come
last
on,
fight
man.
too. Didn't he get hurt
Cepeda
his
dropped
last
your
fight?
ass, man, if it wasn't for those
Did
ropes.
Tio get hurt his last fight?
My son don't be throwing
Did
punches,
Tio
man.
get hurt his last fight?
My
I
son don't
watched
be
him.
throwing punches,
I paid
man.
attention. Okay.
Nah, man. He sets him up, baby.
You can't fight.
He can't fight, yeah.
You can't fight.
All right.
And not
But he-
just fight for him. You
he
can't
can
fight.
teach and he can fight. He can
can't
teach.
fight.
All right, be it.
We both know he can't fight.
Yes.
Didn't Shakur say, you got hurt too? So he's admitting that he got hurt?
Yep. That's a great point, Bucho. That's a great point. That's what it sounds like to me.
Because, I mean, it's nothing wrong that he got hurt or whatever, but his fans denied it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get hurt. What are you talking about? He was in complete control, blah, blah, blah. And Shakur says, yeah, he hurt me.
Yeah, I mean,
by exactly what happened. But, you talk to his fans, they'll try to act like it was some smooth sailing 12-0 belt to ass, which is bullshit. That was a competitive fight.
he whooped him. He gave him a whooping.
No, he whooped him.
He whooped him. Yeah, listen.
Every
he
decision
jabbed-
is a whooping now. I don't know if you notice this.
Stompages are murderers there, I guess. But Cepeda hit.
Lynchings.
Was that?
Lynching. If it's a
No,
stop, it's
come on.
called lynching, or a butt break.
Jesus. Okay, oh yeah, great words. But listen, Cepeda hit Shakur Stevenson with a jab. He didn't step on him, didn't trip him. The ropes held him up. That could have been construed as a knockdown. But hey, who's gonna go back in the past and look at that? But then check this out, Lopez but that's a great observation there, guys. But they kept going here. Check this out.
Dynamic duo, man. Father and son, right here. There you got it.
Let's do it.
I feel bad for you, man. For real.
I
I don't know why.
Just don't cry, bro. Don't cry
I
afterwards.
don't know why.
Please
don't
don't
know
cry.
All right, he'll take it on the chin. He'll be all right.
You gonna cry, man.
Okay.
So they're referencing infamous video there when Shakur Stevenson lost at the Olympics. And he was bawling his eyes out.
Second.
There should be a betting, like, we should bet on whether he
Was he
will cry
cries or not?
Yeah, if he loses.
Do you think Lopez hits him in the teeth and his gap comes back, or what do you think?
Well, you know what? Funny you should say that because I'm skipping over here a bunch of clips because it gets repetitive after a while. Shakur Stevenson said that later on that he got under Teofimo Lopez Sr.'s skin. And then check this out. Again, Teofimo Lopez Jr. trying to be too cool for the room. He starts talking about happy holidays. Check this out.
Tomorrow, get your tickets, please. Okay, what the heck you doing, man?
We're gonna rip this boy.
Don't mess up the bag. Shut up.
Shut your ass up, boy.
All right? And happy holidays to you all. Happy Kwanzaa, whatever.
Kwanzaa, yeah, that was
Happy
funny.
Kwanzaa. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know
like
what the hell
that
is. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. And then finally, again, Shakur Stevenson over delivering on his promises. Check this final clip here.
Putting on a
For
master
real.
class performance and T.O. Senior crying after the fight.
I wish.
Okay, so he's just gonna deliver a masterclass, even though he's never
Well,
delivered
we know
a
what
masterclass.
masterclass is synonymous
Yeah,
with.
exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. He's
We know
never
what that
delivered a
means.
masterclass against a guy as fast as Steve. Every time he fights somebody with power or who's fast, like Nakatila or what's his name, De Los Santos, he starts leaping all over the ring.
You're the best, Shakur.
That's what I see happening.
You fight, man, because you just want everybody to think you're the best, man. You never fought nobody.
Senior, do not fall when you get in the ring this
Nobody
time,
like
bro.
my son.
That's a good reference there to the Teofimo Lopez Sr. Tripping into the ring during the Barbosa fight. He goes, shit. He hit the canvas.
I don't want to see
Nobody
that.
like my son.
Stay on your feet.
Bro, he faster, quicker,
You gotta
smarter,
have it in control.
more
You can't do this,
entertaining,
bro.
more entertaining.
Oh, snap.
Shut up, man.
Bigger.
That double stepping that you do, bro, I got that shit
You're
figured
so
out.
mad.
I don't know why I find it funny when Teofimo Lopez Sr. keeps saying, I got you figured out, bro. Like he's the mastermind or something.
That double stepping. I caught you stepping.
One
I know
double
that.
stepping, baby. I got you, bro.
I'm under your skin, I know that.
Oh, did you really fix your teeth?
Yeah, I did. You see him,
You really think that I didn't figure you out already, bro? Come on, man.
Fire, hey, dude.
You like mine?
I'm gonna punch him.
I'm gonna say.
So there you go. Teofimo Lopez referencing there the fact that Shakur Stevenson got his teeth fixed. So no more gap in those teeth. So he looks less like a chipmunk now than he used to before. But so that's all I had there for that press conference. I was entertained, even though it was cringe, some of their antics, and obviously the over delivering there with their promises. But it should be an interesting fight in terms of what's at stake. Not necessarily that it's going to be an interesting fight. And by the way, if they really wanted to sell it, I don't know, maybe a stacked undercard is going to work here. And hopefully because it is a big event. And again, that's Shakur Stevenson moving up 140, taking on Teofimo Lopez. And as you can see here, these guys are, it might be a good fight because they do have Latin blood. I mean, Teofimo Lopez is of Honduran descent. Shakur Stevenson is half Puerto Rican. So, it's an intercontinental, inter-Hispanic fight. And maybe this is the I know it's asking for too much, but you never know. Maybe these guys deliver and step up and actually create a more entertaining fight than expected. What do you guys think? What are the odds about that? That these two Latinos can actually put on a good fight, an entertaining one?
BDA, how crazy
what would be the odds for a
Like a
knockout?
10% chance. 10% chance. These guys are two reflex fighters.
The odds got to be what, 14-1 for a knockout?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Probably like 30-1 for a Shakur knockout. So the odds, I mean, if you want to make money, I'd bet on a Teo knockout. But for it to go to decision, the odds are probably you're not going to get paid for a decision because that's the most likely outcome.
Yeah, the odds for anybody knocking the other guy out, even Shakur Stevenson, I mean, he hasn't really been stopping people all that much. So, but all I'm asking for is an intriguing tactical matchup. But of course, like
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. I remember Andre Ward made for boring fights. But when he fought Sergey Kovalev, I was looking forward to that fight because now Andre Ward is pitting his style against a real bona fide puncher. Both guys were the top light heavyweights. That's why I was looking forward to the fight, even though Andre Ward was boring. So in this fight too, even though both guys are relatively uneventful in their fights, that what's at stake is what's important. And I want to see how Shakur Stevenson deals with Lopez's speed. And I want to see if Lopez can finally, because look, Lopez should know now, and his father and trainer should know Shakur Stevenson is going to be leaping back like a rabbit the way he did against De Los Santos and against Nakatila. And to a certain extent against Joed Gonzalez too. So they should be already working on the plan where they're going to go to the body, and make sure that they give themselves the benefit of the doubt with the judges. I don't want to see him doing another Sobriel Matias, Jermaine Ortiz performance where he's over-leaning when he goes to the body and he can't cut the ring off and he doesn't have a guard. He's walking his opponents down with the Philly shells. Like, what the fuck? That's not how it works, man. You need a guard if you're going to be pressuring. Or, you know what I'd like to see? What Isaac Cruz did to Lamont Roach. When Lamont Roach started running around the ring, and Isaac Cruz said, now you follow me, motherfucker. If Shakur Stevenson starts leaping around the ring like a rabbit, I want Teofimo Lopez to come out the next round, and he should start circling around the ring. See what happens.
BDA.
Yes.
How crazy would it be if during the press conference, what's his name, Teofimo Sr. says, I made love to you in my dream, Shakur. I already got you figured out.
What are you talking about? Oh, sorry, repeat that?
He said, what if Teofimo Sr. said, I made love to you in my dream, Shakur. I got you figured out.
Ah, jeez. What are you talking about?
What if he said that?
I mean, I don't know. Why would he have? I don't even know what I would say.
That's not a fight.
I mean, I would have somebody arrested. That's what I would be looking for.
Also, I want this to be a big-ass fight. Like, genuinely, I want this to be a dog shit fight.
He needs to slap this dude. And I really mean that. Like, slap him at the weigh-in. Like, piss him off to where you make him want to fight. You're going to have to do something to this Shakur.
No, he will never fight. If he feels he's in danger.
Even if he gets slapped, like you demasculate him, you got to do something drastic to this guy. You know, like really demasculate. What is it? Emasculate him? Or am I saying it wrong?
Emasculate him. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't advocate for assaulting people.
I think the word you're looking for is ejaculation.
No, that's not the word
he was looking for. Something, man.
That's not the word he was looking for. What's going on here,
guy
man?
Pissed off.
I know, but that's not that. I mean, assault goes too far, man. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't say assault him, but do something to really, trigger him.
That's right, Frank. You gotta ejaculate him.
All
Come on, man. What are you guys talking about?
Hey, by the way, BDA, Carlos Adames will be in the undercard.
What?
He'll be fighting Austin Williams, apparently. And people are complaining because Austin Williams, I don't know who he is.
Ammo.
The guy that got beat up by Shiraz not too long ago.
Shiraz, yeah.
Okay. Well, Adames should be fighting his number one contender. His mandatory, I should say, which is Meirim Nursultanov.
All right.
He's from Central Asia. Wait, I got a link here. His record is 22-0, 11 knockouts from Kazakhstan, 6 feet tall. So that's the
Repeat
number
the
one
record,
contender,
please.
apparently.
Repeat the record.
22-0. 20-0, 11 knockouts.
And how old is this? Don't tell me he's 35 or something, like some of these Central Asians who stay in the amateurs too long.
It doesn't say. I'm on BoxRec.
Well, see,
He's
again,
probably
I
like
don't...
45, if it doesn't say. But yeah, I mean, Carlos Adames hasn't fought since
32.
that draw to Shiraz earlier this year. So, I mean, he's been out for a while.
Well, that's because he's with the PBC.
Yep,
So, you know,
exactly. And then this is probably the only fight he has next year.
Now,
this is from an article from Bad Left Hook, and the article suggests that the WBC sanctioning body is acting inconsistently by potentially approving this non-mandatory fight, especially at a time when boxing's regulatory practices are under increased political scrutiny.
Now, unfortunately, like I said, people are going to start forgetting.
I mean, you're not gonna,
Yeah, people are going to start forgetting about that, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm looking at the Box.live rankings here, or, you know, they show you all the rankings here, all the sanctioning bodies. And yes, you're right. WBC, Carlos Adames is the world middleweight champion. Ramos is the interim champion. How the fuck is he? Like, you're interim. Interim what? Champion of what? So yeah, you have Nursultanov here. And look, the Ammo Williams fight, Ammo Williams is rated number 6 by the WBC. So I don't even know why they're giving him a shot.
Why is he fighting him? This is stupid. Like, this is
it's a voluntary defense, I guess. Sobers, wasn't the Ammo Williams the guy with the fucking furry tail or something?
Yes, BDA. He's the guy who had the butt plug with the foxtail during the
he was dressed like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. He was dressed like Tigger. That's what he was dressed like.
Yeah, that was disgusting. That when Sobers pointed it out, I said, "What is wrong with boxing now? Guys like Teofimo Lopez making all these dirty jokes." What's that?
Because they listen to your show, man.
You got furries, bro. That in the sport, like that's like the lowest of the low. That's like a brony level degenerate. You know what I mean? Like a grown man that's into the My Little Pony.
Yeah, I forgot about those dudes. I didn't know they still existed.
They're
They weren't tails. They weren't tails, like they're underground. Yeah.
They're underground. Yeah. Oh man, listen.
They have parties like in Blade. They take you into one of those.
All right, but okay. So Carlos Adames. I mean, listen. If that's gonna be the part of, I hope that's not the quality of fights we have on that undercard, because I'm not excited at all for Carlos Adames versus Ammo Williams. Hopefully they get their
Well, it's a world title fight, so don't be surprised if that's the co-main. So it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, exactly. I assume that's the goal, unless they get something better, but I wouldn't cross my fingers.
By the way, speaking of crossed wires and fingers, a guy who has crossed wires, somehow, I don't know why, the return of Keyshawn Davis, he showed up at this press conference, as did Richardson Hitchens, or as George Cambosos used to call him, Stinky Breath, Stinky Mouth, because he was saying that his breath smelled like shit. Somehow, Keyshawn Davis returns after months away from the ring or from the spotlight after ruining his last fight, ruining the whole event, the whole night, him and his family. But he's back now, dressed like Marvin Gaye, circa 1970s, and we're just gonna play a little bit of this back and forth between him and Hitchens.
Now I'm here, you can get your numbers. What is it? I said, you ain't know what I got. That's what I said. Your man right here.
Just come for a little bit of security.
You want me to have it? 2026. Sure.
Anyway, they started going back and forth about, I beat you in sparring. No, I beat you. And I'm thinking, is that still a thing in 2026, nearly 2026? Where I beat you in sparring. So why? You want the bigger share of the purse? I mean, I don't know. What's this weird flex about?
Hey, you're right. That's so stupid.
Oh yeah, they do with Benavidez Bivol. They always bring up the so-called sparring. They sparred 10 times, and Benavidez knocked him out each of the 10 times. All this dumb shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, as if that's gonna play a part in the negotiations. Yeah, it's stupid.
I think they think that. And by the way,
yeah,
another
it's
example.
it's
Another
for
example.
hipsters on Twitter to debate. That's what they do on X Twitter.
Right.
Debate the sparring.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, an example to that point that Fernando Vargas got schooled by Yuri Boy Campos in sparring, and that's when Vargas was an amateur. Then just a couple years later, Vargas beats him up in the pro ranks, takes his title away. So sparring, whatever, what the hell is that about? And on top of that, even Richardson Hitchens, I think he's the one who started. He's like, I beat you up in sparring when you were a kid. I'm thinking, I wouldn't be bragging about that because I don't know how much older he is than Keyshawn Davis. But I mean, if you're beating up on a kid, I mean, even I don't brag about that when I beat up kids in the gym and sparring. So I don't know why he would do it as well. But anyway,
I
Keyshawn
think I read
Davis,
an article that they were talking about making a fight between those two on this undercard. So that might be a fight that's possible.
No way.
That's what I heard. It was on Box Live.
They make too much.
Boxing scene.
I
They
highly
said
doubt
Hitchens
it.
and Davis. I can see that
They
happening.
just say that, man. They just say that. It's not going to happen.
well, not for nothing, but they were also talking about Richardson Hitchens versus Jermaine Ortiz. But I think
That's a stinker. Oh my gosh. What a stinker. Hell no.
Well, I mean, Jermaine Ortiz generally makes for entertaining fights. He only really stunk it up against Teofimo Lopez. And maybe against Lomachenko when he was clinching and punching. Yeah, I don't know.
I can see that fight happening because Davis needs
That'd
money.
be like
bro.
breakdancing fights. That would be amazing.
Well, you know what? Jerron Ennis, real quick. I mean, Jermaine Ortiz, he's on that Keyshawn level Davis, if you ask me. I think their skills and talent is comparable because Jermaine Ortiz did beat Jamel Herring, which is still one of Shakur Stevenson's biggest wins. And then on top of that, he also beat Nahir Albright, who ended up having a no contest, and he gave Keyshawn Davis a very tough fight, and then he ended up beating Kelvin Davis, the other Davis brother. Meanwhile, Jermaine Ortiz beat that guy. So Ortiz is actually, and he gave Lomachenko a very good fight. So I'm intrigued if Jermaine Ortiz ever gets another shot, even though he probably shouldn't after what he did against Teofimo Lopez. Oh, by the way, that's the other thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, he's just tough he's too much risk for the reward that you're gonna get for him.
Right. Well, he's with Top Rank, so I would imagine Top Rank would manage somehow to get him a couple of decent fights. I forgot to mention this, guys. Every time Teofimo Lopez Jr. or Sr. would bring up the fact that they beat Lomachenko and Taylor, Shakur Stevenson would say, I'm not none of those guys. I'm not Lomachenko. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're right. You're not Lomachenko because Lomachenko could fight coming forward. I mean, look at what Lomachenko did against Rigondeaux, who had a big left hand. Even though he was coming up in weight, he was cracking jaws, and people were expecting him to crack Lomachenko's overrated jaw. That's what they said. He's got an overrated talent. Then he also backed up Nicholas Walters, stood in front of him. He also went at Richard Comey, who's a big puncher. And in the last 6 rounds of that Lopez fight, he was walking him down. So is Shakur Stevenson... by the way, Lomachenko, he only really got started after the 6th round. He managed to land 140 shots or thereabouts on Teofimo Lopez. Will Shakur Stevenson land that number, or at least half of those shots, on Teofimo Lopez on the 31st of January?
No, I'm not even sure if he even throws 140 shots, let alone land.
You think he doesn't even throw 130?
No, he won't do it.
Interesting.
He'll be opening up. By the way, do you want to hear what Lamont Roach had to say about Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson?
Absolutely.
He said, I think Shakur wins. I don't think it's going to be a super tough fight either. His IQ will frustrate him. And then he says, he pointed to Lopez's past struggles against pure boxers, citing his near loss to Sander Martin, and referenced Lopez's inconsistency and mental lapses, such as his unexpected 2021 defeat to George Kambosos Jr. He cited this as reasons why he doubts Lopez can overcome Stevenson's superior ring intelligence.
Or was that against De Los Santos?
Yeah, well, that's a great point.
What happened
That's
to
a
De
great
Los
point.
Santos?
But I do agree on paper that I give Shakur Stevenson the edge, but I don't know about easy. I don't know about him making it look easy. I mean, like Quen just said, where was that easy when against Nakatila and against De Los Santos? And even against Valdez. Valdez is not known for his right hand. He was catching Shakur Stevenson with a lot of straight rights. And I know people are going to say, BDA, everybody gets hit. you're not supposed to be getting hit by that many right hands against Valdez.
Especially if you're a master defender, whatever.
Right, if you're making it look easy. It's like, what? I mean, I don't know. I
Yeah,
think people are...
but the problem is that I see, especially with guys like Teofimo, they like to do the fill-out rounds. You can't do those fill-out rounds and get down 3-0 and have the commentators and the crowd getting taken out. You got to jump on them and at least make it 2-2 definitively. But all those fill-out rounds we've been seeing lately, kind of tapping, and until the third or fourth, and you could be down 3-0, especially with this Shakur guy. That's what he's anticipating. And let him get up 3-1, 4-2, and it's over.
Exactly. I mean, listen, Lopez is a good, fast, quick guy, but that is true. The main criticism, his flaw, is that he doesn't know how to cut the ring off. He doesn't have a guard. He's supposed to know that he's probably gonna have to do that, unless he takes the advice we gave earlier. He should start back foot bitching it first. Make Shakur Stevenson go to him. I think now 2026 might be the year where we see guys flipping the script, just like Isaac Cruz did. And I remember Shakur Oshaki Foster when he just outboxed Fulton. Everyone was always talking about, Fulton I used to say that Fulton can fight inside and outside, but I've always made the distinction that some guys can fight on the inside, but they don't know how to get on the inside. Now, we know that the Mexican style has been besmirched as a derogatory term, like Mexican style, that's just being flat-footed. But check out Rocky Hernandez, how he was able to pressure Oshaki Foster, and the referee prevented Oshaki Foster from clinching, which again is against the rules, and it became a very difficult fight for Oshaki Foster, who had to get the stoppage because he was behind on the cards. And let's not forget, real quick, Rocky Hernandez, there were spots in that fight, because he got hurt too, where he was outboxing Oshaki Foster off the back foot. That was the first time I saw somebody flip the script on that style. And Isaac Cruz is the second example. So what if Teofimo Lopez does that? What if he says, you know what? I'm going to start from the first round on, I'm going to run around the ring. Make Shakur Stevenson come to me. Then what happens?
Well, that kind of, I understand that the principle of doing that, but if it doesn't fit what the style that you usually use, or the one that identifies with you, like Pitbull Cruz, he's short. Okay, he's got little legs. He's not the one that's supposed to be running. But if his opponent is running and he's, for example, like African American, with the good jab and knows how to throw combinations, well, I mean, they'll give it to the one that fits the description.
Yeah, well, that's a good point, Gonzalo, because again, we just saw, you guys pointed that out in the last episode when Roach was moving away, he's boxing beautifully, or he's doing the smart thing. When Isaac Cruz does it, he's frustrated. So you're right. Maybe some judges who are not the most educated when it comes to boxing, by the way, just because they're judges doesn't mean they actually know what they're watching. They could take that, like you said, Gonzalo. It's true. That's a good point. Like, he's moving back. Therefore, Shakur Stevens is the one who's moving him back. That means he's getting Teofimo Lopez where he wants him. Even though the opposite never happens. When a guy pressures a boxer, it's always, it's the boxer that's causing him to come forward, not the other way around. And that's the other thing. Look, Cepeda actually gave Shakur Stevenson a very tough fight. It was not an easy fight. Shakur Stevenson, I don't know if people remember that fight. As soon as the bell rang at the end, he went to sit on the ropes. He couldn't wait to sit down. He couldn't wait for his corner to put in the stool. He had to sit on the ropes. And Antonio Tarver, another guy who pointed it out mid-fight, he said, it's very difficult because people say, Shakur Stevenson chose not to move. No, he could move. Antonio Tarver said, very difficult to move those legs when you're taking those body shots. And it's true. Shakur Stevenson won the fight. I thought he won the fight clearly in terms of that there was no dispute, but it was a more difficult fight than people give him credit for. Cepeda made him fight and he made him stand his ground and he put him on those ropes. And so, but unfortunately for Lopez, even though he is faster than Cepeda, unfortunately he's not going to be throwing 100 punches per round, and he's not going to be cutting the ring off like Cepeda. I don't expect him to, unless he proves us wrong and actually finally figures out how to do that.
Did you see when Teofimo Sr. told Shakur Stevenson that Cepeda almost knocked him out through the ropes? She was funny.
Yeah, and then he said, even your daughter said it, because there's a video there after the Cepeda fight where Shakur Stevenson is doing an interview. He's holding his infant daughter, and the daughter says, "You almost got knocked out." And Shakur's like, "I didn't get I was actually afraid that he was gonna." He was gonna beat his daughter up or something when the cameras were off. I don't know. I was expecting that, but I mean, obviously, he didn't almost stop him. Or obviously, that's an exaggeration, but, kids see what they see, whatever. What else was I gonna say?
What's it called? Fuck. Dang, dude, Kernels of Truth all comes out the mouth of babes or something like that. Like, babies tell the truth. Little kids tell the truth because they don't know how to lie.
You think so, man? You think that's... I mean, you think she really did think that the guy almost got knocked out?
Yeah, so it's like sometimes the best opinion you can have about a boxing match is through a casual lens, right?
I mean,
you can try to break it down, whatever, like that. Be like, yo, you can ask somebody to come in who doesn't really watch boxing. They'll be like, yo, it looks like this dude's running, and this dude's whooping his ass, and they're like, no, you don't get it. It's a sweet science. He's taming the bull. He's a matador, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, the casual opinion is the most clear one.
Well, Sobers, what do you think about that? Because you were quite vociferous about that last episode about how when Isaac Cruz started boxing against Roach, when Roach was boxing Cruz off the back foot, smart, he adapted. Then when Isaac Cruz did it to him, Isaac Cruz is feeling the power, he's intimidated. What do you think about if Lopez does that against Shakur Stevenson? Because Gonzalo just said that if Teofimo Lopez starts boxing off the back foot, the judges might perceive that as weakness from Lopez. Like, you see, Shakur Stevenson is the one backing him up. What do you think about that? Should Teofimo Lopez do that, or do you agree with Gonzalo that that's a risky tactic?
Show him he can do what he does, but better. Yeah, I do want to see Teofimo Lopez out Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? I do want to see that. I would want to see him out tap him, and I want to see him Shakur Stevenson falling short, like getting aggressive and just getting tapped up, like not even getting hurt. I want to see that so everyone can be. So I want to see the reactions of the other side, right? Let's say quote unquote the other side when it happens to one of their guys, and it's like they try to. That it really bothered me with that situation with Cruz because, like, I was just fucking playing around when I was saying, yeah, Mexicans can't fight like this, but bro, it's for real. It's like, dude, if you get in there and you try to box, they're gonna say you're scared. Cruz had success, and they still don't want to give him credit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't like that. But someone like Teofimo can flip that on its head, right? Because he's athletic, he's fast, he can fight like that. So I guess a lot of Hispanics don't have those fast twitch muscles or whatever. That style is just, they're not taught that style in the gym, so they just don't fight like that. And I do want to see Teofimo out Shakur him.
It would be interesting, that's for sure. I still remember 2001 when Marco Antonio Barrera was going to fight Nassim Hamed, and I remember De La Hoya saying, Nassim Hamed, he's so great, he's 3-dimensional. He was talking about he's got 3 styles to him or something, and most people were saying, if Barrera wants to win that fight, he has to make it a dog fight. He has to make it a back alley fight. He has to hit him to the body, do this, do that. And then what did he do? He flipped the script. He outboxed Nassim Hamed. And I don't usually see too many people flip the script. Maybe because they're afraid. Like Gonzalo said, maybe they think, well, if I don't fight my style, somehow the judge is going to perceive that as a weakness and they're not going to give a fight. What's that?
Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad. I seen that fight. The first time I seen that fight, I was like, I'm going to score this. I heard about Trinidad beating him, blah blah blah. I'm gonna score it so I can see who won. And I didn't give Trinidad a round until after the 7th.
Yeah, well, so there you go. Yeah.
So it's like I think De La Hoya was doing beautiful boxing, right? You know what I'm saying? So, like if you don't like what he did there, you don't like what Stevenson does or whatever. But it's weird that how he lost that fight, and they say, oh, he took his foot off the gas. He shouldn't have been dancing around so much. He looked scared in there. So when Richardson Hitchens is running away from Gustavo Limos, a guy like half his size, what does that fucking look like?
Exactly, that's a good point. And incidentally, interesting that you brought up that Trinidad versus De La Hoya fight, because that, just like this Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson fight, that's another inter-Hispanic fight. Although this time it's Honduras versus Puerto Rico, and not Mexico or Mexican-American, whatever you want to call it, versus Puerto Rican. Hopefully this one does better than De La Hoya Trinidad, because that was indeed a bit of a uneventful fight. Everyone was expecting a slugfest. Another thing that I want to bring up here is, according to Boxing Scene, this is interesting. Gerard Ennis and Virgil Ortiz's teams have gotten together and they had marathon hour sessions. I'm not talking about other stuff. I'm talking about marathon negotiation sessions. Check this out. It says, according to 2 officials with familiarity of the session, one negotiation session lasted 6 hours, with each side presenting their position. Okay, see, why do they got to make it dirty? The session lasted 6 hours, with each side presenting their positions and needs. I mean, come on. What was going on in there between those guys? I don't even want to imagine. But what else did they say? They said that, okay, blah, blah, blah. It's talking through some steps to accelerate this over the next 10 days. So I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of demands. We want this, we want that. I want to come enter the ring first, blah, blah, blah. Guys, what do you think? Should we cross our fingers and hope for the best that this fight materializes early 2026? Or what are we looking at here?
I mean, yeah, we should, but it doesn't look likely if they're taking that long. And that's just, if someone tells me that, I say, man, they're both posturing.
Okay, so no, but why would you?
Well, at least they're analyzing the terms.
Come
right?
on. I mean, you guys are gonna. I mean, I'm gonna have to chop this episode up, huh? I don't know what you guys are doing, man.
I'm almost sure BDA that a BDSM is called a session, right? When you go to one of those places.
No, I don't know. How would I know? You're asking the wrong guy, buddy. All right. What's going on? Let's get back to boxing, all right? Listen, guys. Let's be serious for a moment here. Are you, if you had to guess, if you had to venture, if you had to assume,
it's a rare double duck. They're not trying to fight each other, bro.
That's you really think that? That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I really do believe though.
Wow, that's insane to me. That is insane.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, should they give in to the demands of the other person? That would be my just initial take. Like, why? Who should be giving in to who?
Yeah, who's the A side?
You know, who's going to be the bottom here? You know, who should?
Who's the champion, right? So,
jeez, Luis. I mean,
who should? I mean, it's just establishing your dominance, right?
So
That's all you're doing.
The Cruz and Roach rematch.
It's crazy.
We're just gonna end the show, man. We're just gonna end the show. Screw. We have a whole bunch of other things, but screw that, man. The show's ruined now. We can't go on. It's like a ruined orgasm.
You started a chain effect.
Well, me. All right. Anyway, listen. Let's keep going. So, which one of you guys thinks the fight happens?
I don't think
I'm not sure if I should know about. My bad, Frank.
No, Boots Ennis and Ortiz, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That, like, what are they trying to establish? Why? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it happens.
That fight's not gonna happen. There's too much. They're both too scared to lose whatever they have, or to lose what they think the fight can potentially be later on.
Mm-hmm.
And the way boxing works is they're gonna dance around each other, and one of them is gonna take a loss. The way they are, the way Virgil Ortiz does his matchmaking, he's going to take a loss eventually. And the way that Boots Ennis does his matchmaking, he's going to take an upset loss eventually. You know, I don't think they're going to get in the ring together with being undefeated if it happens.
Interesting way of putting it. So, as you can see, not a lot of confidence from the panel that this fight materializes, which is a shame because it's a fight that people want to see, especially after Ortiz decimated Erickson Lubin, or Lubin, as I like to call him. And yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame we're not getting that fight. I want to tell people that we're opening up the.
If Turkey gets in, it's gonna be made if Turkey puts the money up for sure.
But that's what they're expecting. That's what both sides want. They want that Turkey money.
I think I said it last time. They're just waiting out for see if he hands them something.
Mm-hmm. Excellent point.
Yeah, but the thing is that like Teo and Shakur are making 8 figures. I think they're being paid upwards of $10 million for that fight, and that's what these guys think they should make.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what.
Go ahead, Frank, go ahead.
So if they're offering 3 or 4 million for each side, that's not enough. They want the money that Teo, because they're looking at those weenies and they're saying, man, if those weenies, we know we're gonna put. This is a great fight. Like, we know the fans, everybody, we know it's someone's getting knocked out in that fight.
Yeah, well, I mean,
so they should get 10 million.
I mean, I don't know about the 10 million though. That's the thing, though. These dudes, they're overpricing themselves. Neither guy is really that big.
But BDA, if Shakira and Teo are getting that, you got to look at, if you're Ennis and you're Ortiz, you got to be like, man, we definitely need that much.
Yeah, I know that's a problem. But that's the problem, because I don't even think those guys deserve half that. So that's the big main problem. And by the way, now that you mentioned it, though, may I read an email here, because we had the whole. Sufa, Dana White, I don't know if you guys saw, but they're announcing that next year, I forgot the date, I had it here somewhere, they will be having a show, I think in the spring, that's when they start, the official SUFA boxing one, whatever it's called. And now we've been talking about how there's a lot of people out there who are against SUFA, even though they haven't even done anything. And I know people are going to say, oh, but you were highly critical of the PBC. I was critical of the PBC once I saw that they weren't moving the way they were supposed to. But in the beginning, I was rooting for the PBC. I was like, hey, boxing free on TV, network TV, sign me up, yes. But it's only later when I saw what they were doing that I started having my share of criticism. So it's the same thing with Zuffa. Until they actually do something, I'm going to criticize them. Or I'm not going to criticize them, rather. But then there's other people out there who immediately, oh, they're going to be bad for boxing, the Ali Act. I'm thinking, holy, they haven't even done anything. So there's a guy who's called in before, Jean-Jacques Richelieu. He's studying philosophy over at the École Normale Supérieure over in France. He sent me this email, if I may read it here. He said, hi, BDA gang, I heard you talking about the Sufa Dana White situation. I have a lot to say, but I'd rather not call in because of my shoddy English. He says shoddy English. How can your English be shoddy if you know what shoddy means? But anyway, he had this to say. He says we're missing...
Wait, shoddy, S-H-O-D-D-Y or shoddy,
Yeah.
S-H-A-W-T-Y?
No, shoddy, S-H-O-D-D-I. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was calling something like a shouty.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, that would be actually more impressive. But he had this to say. He said, through a contextual reading of the Sufa and Saudis' foray into boxing, one can delineate a nascent entente between the Sufa/Dana White apparatus and a homoerotic boxing world, mainly charged with hypermasculine energy and dominated by the other, i.e. minorities. Using Michel Foucault's framework involving power and knowledge systems, it becomes clear that the white
I'm going to stop you there.
Why?
I'm not going to listen to what a pedophile says. Foucault was a pedophile. Fuck that guy.
All right. But listen, give this guy a shot. It becomes clear that the white Sufa takeover represents issues of power, racism, and sexuality. Here, Dana White's bald head represents a circumcised phallus attempting to penetrate the boxing world, i.e. the boxing ring. The ring, an obvious reference to the ring of muscles that surrounds the anus. Boxing, he says, often referred to as a loosely regulated sport, parallels the used and abused erogenous zone ready to be dominated by the corporate phallus. White and his coterie of impresarios have repeatedly referred to the sport of boxing as being wide open and ripe for the picking. All right. Then he says, moreover, the world of boxing, primarily dominated by minorities, figures as a prime target for the dominant corporate phallus eager to exploit the other's body, other in brackets. Mind and spirit, he says, a common theme continuously present in the Western-dominated capitalist economy. We're almost done here, by the way. It's not too long, I hope. This corporate phallus, however, is not a new phenomenon, as other phalluses have previously left a vacuum after extraction, from which future phalluses often profit. This aligns with Foucault's discursive formation, wherein power structures form, crumble, and then reform after the corporate apparatus is removed. Then he says, though some will resist this idea, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot, the boxing ring is a padded platform of repressed homoeroticism, an area staging the patriarchal gaze for the pleasure of men. See, I think he's onto something, by the way. I think he's onto something with all this.
He's some French philosopher. Is this some Jean Baudelaire?
Some
postmodernism.
Yeah,
some postmodern.
This is a little bit of self-reporting, right? A little bit of telling on himself.
Before he wrote this shit.
Yeah, maybe.
So basically, Dana White is a dick and he's penetrating boxing. Is that what it means?
Yeah,
forcefully penetrating.
Queer shit, bro. What is this guy talking about?
I mean, I guess it's a
circumcised, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't know, man. We have to ask the ring card girls over the UFC or Octagon girls, whatever they call.
BDA, just tell him, respond to him, get a job, bro, and take a shower. How about that?
Get a new degree. And then he says, he's almost done. Bro. He's almost done from what I can see. He says, rich and primarily white males stage rituals of sublimated desire by pitting glistening near-naked males engaging in physical contact. The system's failure and unwillingness to enforce the rules, which has seen a rise in clinching, for example, is a clear indication of the corporate phallus and of its eagerness to see men engage in body-to-body contact. This also appeals to repressed homosexuals who champion such tactics as the sweet science. The word sweet here, a clear the word sweet here a clear admission of their sexual excitement for the tactic. He says each clinch represents a metonymic caress, each clinch a sanctioned embrace, all mediated through the hypermasculine aesthetic, which clearly hides the homoerotic spectacle. And then finally, he says, social media figures who oppose White and Sufa's corporate phallus, such as Sean Sittle, engage in an ancient custom, a ritual and choreographed mating dance in which the evidently closeted homosexual other rejects the corporate phallus while secretly desiring the inevitable penetration. This push-pull mechanism... He says, this push-pull mechanism allows the receiver to achieve his reward, press credentials, employment, and other perks.
Wrote this shit with a butt plug up his ass, bro. What the fuck is this guy talking about?
He says, so essentially he's saying that these people fake the funk, they're faking the funk while essentially enjoying the fact that Dana White is going to be penetrating boxing. Then in conclusion, he says, this foray into boxing is a discursive formation where power, race, and sexuality converge in a grotesque ballet. The power is not in who throws a punch, but in who owns the very concept of the punch and who gets to sell its simulation back to us as desire. Well, I didn't understand half of what he was saying, but I get the gist of it. It's true. There's a lot of...
I don't know either, BDA. I just my pants got really tight and just...
come on. Oh, jeez, Luis. No, but do you guys agree that there's something fake about these people opposing the whatchamacallit, the Sufa's entry?
The engorged phallus of the...
Well, I get what he's saying.
Zufa?
Yeah, I get what he's saying. Say they want to corporatize boxing. You know, boxing is the wild, wild west, right? There's no rules. It's lawless. Mm-hmm. And people secretly, that's what he's alluding to, right? People secretly desire to be controlled.
I think so. I also think, well, actually, let me get to a phone call here because we opened up the phones, but I do have something to add to what Jean-Jacques Richelieu said in his email there. But let's go to a phone call here. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. It really helps us out. Hit that like. 410, you're on the air. 410, what's on your mind?
Wow. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Jerry? What's on your mind, man?
Or Steven. Yeah. Stevenson and Lopez. Have fun with these press conferences because they're going to be more exciting than the fight. Shakur Stevenson has proven he will stink the joint all the way out. Even in the Zepeda fight, had Zepeda not forced that fight, he would have stunk that joint out like he did in his hometown where he got booed. He got booed by the Saudis. The Saudis, they're super conservative. They don't even cheer hardly, much less boo. That's doing something, man. Lopez, on the other hand, let's be honest about him. He's had a couple really good performances against some high-profile opponents. But then he had other fights where you're not even sure if he won, where his offense wasn't shit. When he can't use his athleticism to be effective, he has no plan B, no way to deliver his offense. That's why he starts clicking his heels and crossing his arms and doing all that bullshit that he does, man. Because when he can have his way, okay, good. When he can't, he's boring also, really, in my estimation. But this is going to be a faint fest, and it's just, to me, it's going to be garbage. I hope I'm wrong, but that's how I see it. One last word on Bud Crawford and that situation. Mm-hmm. I don't know, I'm no advocate for any sanctioning body. Never. Anyone that knows me on these YouTube streets, no, I'm consistent. I've said for the longest time, since day one, the sanctioning bodies are corrupt. Everybody knows this, and especially the fighters and their management. And they play the game. They get the titles, and they use them for marketing, and it's a big deal. Those fighters and their management want them belts as much for the business aspect as they do so their fighter can be called champion. No better example than Bud Crawford. He promoted his whole career on having those belts. I've never heard him brag about any opponent that he beat, but I've heard him brag about those belts a lot. If he was an advocate against sanctioning fees and the practices of commissions, you would have heard this while he was building his career. But while he was building them and using the belts to his benefit, he never said a word. Now that he's made close to $100 million, he's in a position to say, screw you. But the bigger issue is, unlike Oscar or Canelo or Fury or Usyk or anybody you want to name, he did it afterwards. He got everything he wanted, including the distinction of being undisputed, because you can't take that from him. He won the fight, and he got everything he wanted, and then he said, screw you. And it's not a defense of the sanctioning bodies. People are screaming that the WBC had extorted him. Well, so did the other ones. They're okay with the others extorting him as long as he could decide to what degree they extorted him, rather. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be okay that they done it, but because the WBC didn't want to negotiate, they have a problem. Well, they don't have to negotiate. Now, I will say this. Sullivan, he dropped the ball. Because according to his own rules, he's supposed to collect that fee prior. And it looks like he didn't follow his own rule. So he screwed up, too. He left the door open to get screwed, and that's what he got. So I don't feel sorry for him. And I'm not going to bat for them. But I'll be damned if I'm going to paint Bud Crawford as a hero or some kind of rebel, because I watched his career develop, and I've seen when it was advantageous to have the belts, he was all about the belts.
Mm-hmm.
When he seen a way to screw somebody, that's what he did. That's not a hero. That's a guy. That's not Bud Crawford looking out for other fighters. No, he's looking out for Bud Crawford. And it's been about a week and a half. And have you heard of any of these other fighters relinquishing their WBC title in wake of this?
Interesting. That's a good point. Well, Jerry,
and
like
they're
I
not
said,
going to, because that's their meal ticket. They haven't made the type of money he has. They're not 40 or close to 40, so they're not going to give up that belt. They know what the rules are and how the game is played. If you don't want to fight for it, you do like Cotto, Canelo, Oscar. You say, hey, take your belt and cram it. I don't need it.
It's a great point. You know, I side with Crawford on this, and against any fighter, against the... I side with any fighter against the sanctioning bodies, but yeah, you're right though. It's he gamed the system when it benefited him, and then all of a sudden now he's doing it because of the money. I mean, I don't. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
This is a moral question.
All right, but you know what? It's really cut and dry, bro. And for me, it's not about siding with anybody. If there wasn't disclosure, had he not known, I'd say, yeah, that's extortion, right? They just blindsided him, but he knew. He's already fought for that WBC title a couple of times. Going into the Canelo fight, he had already had 10 world titles. This guy knew the game. He benefited from the game. Last time I checked, Bud Crawford had never fought at 160 where he wasn't ranked. He certainly never fought at 168 where he certainly wasn't ranked. But that corruption that people are speaking of, this guy's benefited from. They put him in to fight for the undisputed title without being ranked at all over all their contending guys, right? I didn't see him make a video in his truck pondering what made him so special. It was to his benefit, and he took full advantage, and he never complained, right? He knows the game. All these guys. Oscar knew the game when he dropped his title. Cotto knew the game, right? So at the very least, it's bad business, and at worst, he got over. I don't feel sorry for Sullivan because he left the window open, apparently. He should have got the money. He should have got the money first, and then none of this would have been happening. He wouldn't be complaining he didn't get the money, and Bud Crawford probably still would have his undisputed status. That's what I think.
No, you're right. It's difficult to... both guys have... like you said, both sides here are at fault for being in the game. Jerry, we do have to move on, man.
But it's the game, right?
But exactly, they chose to be in there. It's just like drug dealers. You know, you can't feel bad for a drug dealer who gets killed in the line of action because he chose that life.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what they say, right?
So my example is better, BDA. It's don't sleep with whores. You know, cry when they steal your TV.
Is that always your example, Frank? It's always like some sort of thing with a prostitute.
Yeah, so always Asian
Excuse
massage.
Me? No, everybody knows about whores in every culture.
All right. Well, listen, Jerry, we got to move on, man, but thank you for your call, man. Call back next time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I got to get to another phone call here. Someone's been waiting here on hold. Let's go to 917. 917, you're on the air. 917, what's on your mind? 917.
Yo, what's up, guys? Yo, honestly, man, you know, Shakur's in for a rude awakening, in my opinion.
Is this Cheech?
Right? What's up, Theo can dance with the best of them, homes.
Is this Slugger Sam?
Kohler, I agree about. No, I don't think that. No, Kohler, I agree with you about Lopez being underrated here against Shakur Stevenson. But the criticism that most people are bringing up
is an understatement, man. I mean, look what he did at Loma. You know, and I love Loma. But you know, Teo was dancing.
This is
he was
I know
moving,
who this is. This is the guy who. Wait, what's your name, bro?
Hold on, let me finish.
He had power, and you know, Shakur, he hasn't really been looking too good, in my opinion. You know, you danced around the ring. You landed like, what, 4 punches around, homie? You know? I gotta go with Brooklyn on this one. Newark's about to get toasted, baby.
Listen, I go Brooklyn all day, every day, just like you. However, may I present the other side of the coin? People are correct in saying that Teofimo Lopez doesn't do well against movers. So why do you say to that?
You know, there's a little guy called Gordo, man, and you don't want to upset him. He's going to bring the chincon de la...
Wait, Kohler, may I ask, where are you from? Because you got a very distinct accent there. Very peculiar. He hung up, I guess. No, you still there? Kohler, are you still there? Or are you laughing too hard that you can't... All right, he hung up. All right, listen. I don't know. I don't want to blow up anyone's spot here. But okay, going back here to that, guys. Real quick, what do you think about the sanctioning bodies? Are people going to forget this whole drama with Crawford and go back to championing the sanctioning bodies, or is this going to stick?
No, the belts are the belts, bro. They're a symbol of being a champion, and it's like a symbol of prestige. I don't think they're going anywhere. Those photos where the dudes are holding 6 or 7 belts and like they have their arms spread out, that shit looks cool every time. I don't think boxers are going to be like, fuck that. They're still going to go for that.
Well, I think Jean-Jacques Richelieu would say that the wide open arms is also like reflection of the wide open legs that these people prostitute themselves.
It's welcoming the engorged phallic apparatus by the corporate entity coming on boxing.
Exactly, coming all over boxing.
Yeah, BDA. Look, when I don't get service right, I stiff them. You know what I'm saying? I stiff people all the time. So, but I know not to go back. I know not to go back. How about that, right? Like, I know better.
Do you? Because, I mean, I don't know if you really...
Sometimes I sneak back in. Hope they don't recognize me, but...
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, do fighters need to sort of, I don't know, stretch it out a little bit more? You know what I mean? Like, their mind I'm talking about.
To me, there's the history. The history is with the belts. We can't... I mean, are we going to forget the history if we get with the belts? Because
sure.
I don't think you can ignore the history,
Why not?
Right?
Why not, though? Why not?
Well, that's the history, though. That's the lenient, you know, all the things we talk about. Who beat, you know, who were the champions? Like Canelo beat how many champions? Mayweather beat how many champions? I think it's important. But at the same time, I would... Well, let me just say this. But at the same time, if I was a fighter and they're like, you owe me $150K, I'd be kind of thinking twice too. Like, damn, that's kind of steep.
If they go back to what they used to be, only having one belt, no intern titles, no super champions, no franchise titles, then yeah, I would like to keep the WBC around. But this is a new WBC that comes up with all these weird ass fucking belts. This is not the same WBC that existed in the past. So therefore, if it disappears, I wouldn't mind it.
But you know what, though? The flip side to that is, and I understand the reality of the sanctioning bodies, like Patrick Housen in the chat says, you fuck the belts, you see paydays go back 30 years. And that's why the system perpetuates and elevates the sanctioning bodies, the managers, the promoters, the fighters, because like I said in the last episode too, these guys want belts because it earns them a little bit more money because they can go around calling themselves champions. And it's good for the promoters because they can promote the bout as a championship fight. So do the TV networks. They profit from this too because, hey, we're airing World Championship Boxing. So that's why it's going to be very difficult. Like Jerry said, are all these other fighters in their 20s, early 20s, mid-20s, are they leaving the belts? No. Keyshawn Davis, by the way, just recently sided with Crawford. It's like, yeah, fuck the belts. Watch him as he goes to 140, immediately get elevated #1 in the IBF or something. He's going to get a title, and he's going to keep the title, and he's going to be smiling year to year with that title. They're going to forget all about it. That's what I'm afraid of, by the way. And let's go to the phone lines here. Oh, I think it's our friend calling back here. Hold on, let's see. 917, you're on the
Yo,
air.
man,
917.
you know my phone. Yeah, you know my phone line cut off, man. I was about to say, you know, Tio's a freaking chingon, man.
He's a chingon. I think technically es el chingón o es chingón. You don't have to say un
And
chingón.
Shakur's mother's a calabaza.
Wait a minute, no. Yeah, technically, yeah, you do say eres el chingón or eres un chingón, but yeah, you're right about that. Now, caller, I am curious.
Eres un chingón, güey. You know, bájale de huevos o te
No, bájate los
pongo de
huevos.
putazos.
Bájate los huevos. You have a very distinct accent, by the way. Are you?
Bájate los huevos, güey, o te pongo de putazos, payaso.
Ay, ay, ay. You have a distinct.
I think
you have a
this
very
guy's French.
No, yeah, it sort of veers into French a little bit there. He sounds like me, actually.
Yeah,
Caller, you have a very distinct accent. Where is that? Stockton, California, or
No
South
te
Central LA?
burles,
Where are you from, brother?
güey. Yo soy de Nueva York, ya tú sabes, papi.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Now you're turning to Puerto Rican. What's the matter with you?
The man of many voices.
No puertorriqueño, güey. Tengo, you know.
You know who that is on the line? That's Jay Moore, master of
It's
impressions.
El Vergotas. Watch.
El Vergotas. El Vergot. Did he hang up? Yeah, he
El
hung up.
Gato con
All right.
Botas.
Shout out to him all the way from Guadalajara. Guys, I wanted to bring something up here too real quickly. You were talking about Pitbull Cruz. I don't know if this is true or not. Again, I don't see a source or whatever for it, but Isaac Cruz, supposedly, the video of Pitbull Cruz sticking his tongue out at Lamont Roach pulled over 34.5 million views on Facebook alone. I don't believe that for a second. What video? Can we find that video? Is it true? Did a video of him flicking his tongue like a snake generate 34 million views?
PDA, when you channel that ancient Aztec Anunnaki, bro, you will see results.
All right, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm not gonna deny that or counter that because I can't.
It's undeniable. If you go look at the highlights of that fight, we already know that Pitbull Cruz is popular amongst the indigenous population, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you go back to the highlights of that fight, it's been like it hasn't even been a week, bro. It has almost like damn near 2-3 million views.
Interesting.
That's a lot, bro. And no one knows who the fuck Roach is. They just heard about him last week because he had a good fight with Davis. Don't tell me he's the one who drawing all those numbers, because at the fight, the part of the excuse of why they say Cruz looked like he did so good was because that the crowd was reacting to everything he did, right? Because they were cheering for him. They wanted to see him win. Cruz is very popular.
He's a good fighter. For me, to be honest, I don't think he lost a Rayo Valenzuela fight. I think I was talking to Few TV about that because Rayo got his bell rung like in three different rounds, not just 2-3 different occasions. In 3 different rounds, he got his bell rung. And I know Valenzuela used the jab, and he also boxed well in the large spots of the fight. And the Tank Davis fight, I don't even think he lost that clearly either. So I'm not saying that he didn't lose a Rayo fight, but to me, Pitbull Cruz has never lost clearly.
Whoa.
And yes, okay, he has a few things that he does wrong. He misses a lot of punches.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But if you're still throwing a lot of punches, the punches that do land, if you're landing more than the other guy, hey, it doesn't matter. I mean, could he get better in that? Of course.
Well, I mean, he did land the harder shots, so there's something to that. By the way, I will say, Chidlin Distributor in the chat says, BDA knows less Spanish than the caller. Bájale de huevos is a legitimate expression. Well, see, that's the thing, though. I don't want to besmirch anybody, but I'm more of an upscale, and may I say, fair-skinned Mexican. So I don't go for those common expressions. I go with the more like, you know.
That's how you say, órale, güey.
Órale.
BDA doesn't talk like trash from the gutter. That's what
no, I'm kidding, and I'm pretty sure Sowers is kidding as well. Jeez, Luis. If I may go back, by the way, to. All right, I'm not. You're right. I watch a lot of Televisa.
BDA doesn't have those negros.
I'm an elitist Mexican. I actually call Mexican Western Mexico. That's what I call it, just to add that Western European touch.
Mexican, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about Cruz either is he's giving away too much size in that division. He's only 5'4".
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's an excellent point. He's undersized for the weight. Dark Hay Dog says BDA el novelero. No, I'm not. I don't. Is he talking about reading novels or watching telenovelas? Because I don't watch that shit. I was gonna say this. I was gonna go back to the Jean-Jacques Richelieu's email, and it's true though. He was talking about how when people keep defending clinching and they call it the sweet science. It's true. I think there's something to that. I think certain people, because I used to think, okay, yeah, they're Devin Haney fans, and because Bucho did a video about Haney's clinches against Norman, and he produced evidence that it's against the rules. He provided the rule book and screen caps of that. He presented video evidence, and he articulated it very well. And what were the type of reposts that we received in that video? Are you a hater? You're a racist. You don't know the rules. Meanwhile, they don't offer you the actual rules to counter whatever they think Bucho did wrong or said that was wrong. So I started thinking, okay, maybe these people are just dumb.
Norman clinched more than Haney.
Right.
Which is not even true. Which is not even true. And even if he did, then clinching is still wrong. So they're not even, they're just focusing on, or they're more concerned about, why am I talking about Devin Haney?
Exactly.
This is the point. This is what bothers them. This is what bothers them, that I'm talking about Devin Haney, because it's their fucking boyfriend.
But there you go, that boyfriend thing. Because I was thinking, oh no, they just like the guy. They're fans of his, and they don't want anybody bad-mouthing him. But then once I read this email from Richelieu, I said, yeah, that probably explains why they particularly love the clinching, because it allows them to witness half-naked guys engaging in hugging, and the fact that it's taking place in a violent sport allows them to wallow in their homoerotic desires, like Richelieu was saying. Because imagine that. Imagine there's a gay guy there. He's watching porn, and his girlfriend or wife walks in on him. That's a very risky thing, right? To be watching gay porn. So instead, he watches boxing, particularly guys like Devin Haney and Hitchens, who like to clinch a lot every other second, and it allows them to watch that. And so if the wife walks in, she goes, "What you watching?" "Oh, I'm just boxing." Meanwhile, they're hiding the hard-on with their pillow there. That's how it allows them to wallow in these desires undisturbed. And when somebody points out the fact that clinching is illegal, these people snap because subconsciously you're attacking their hidden sexuality. It's a direct affront to their repressed desires.
I know you're gay. And they're like, no.
Exactly. That's why they react so vehemently.
You don't understand. That's a free science.
There you go, guys. That's why they react so vehemently against the clinching. And that settles it for me. This email was revelatory because it's the missing piece of the puzzle. That's true. Why are they so pro-clinching? Precisely because they're repressed homosexuals.
I agree. That explains it. That really explains it.
It's the only explanation, if you ask me.
Then you have to say any competitive sport's gay then. I mean, baseball is men playing in fucking PJs. Like, that's gay then.
Are they hugging?
With balls and catching.
Are they hugging? Are they...
They slap ass. As soon as you hit a home run, you slap the other guy's ass.
Nah, but it's not part of the sport itself. No. It's a completely different thing.
It's practically part of the sport, bro. I don't know if you've never played baseball before, but it's what you do.
Nah.
Yeah, they're always getting their cup.
You were getting your ass slapped? Is what you were saying? You were getting your ass slapped nonstop?
Right, have you guys ever watched baseball before?
Oh my God.
Nobody watches baseball.
So if all your teammates go in the shower afterwards and start blowing each other, is that what you're going to do?
Whoa.
We're all doing it, you know what I'm saying? It's a team thing.
It's a team sport, bro. You got to learn. You got to play the rules.
I never played baseball. I never got my ass slapped by men.
No, you never were good enough to play any sport, Lucho?
No, never, ever. Any sport.
No wonder why you never made it to the
Damn, dude. I thought I was talking to a bunch of gay people. I guess I'm the only gay person here. That's crazy.
Well, listen, you showed a fake photo. You showed a photo. You showed a photo of your girlfriend, which looks fake, by the way. Like you took it off a PC screen. So I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe.
That's from a movie.
All right. By the way,
that's
we got a phone
from a French Newhouse film, by the way.
Did Jean-Jacques Richelieu give you that one? That recommendation?
Yeah, he gave me that alongside with his dildos.
Jeez Louise. Let's go to a phone call here. Let's go to 323. 323, you're on the air. 323, what's on your mind?
What's going on, you fucking putas?
Come
on. It's been so long since I fucking called this show.
All right.
I'm just waiting to, see what else is going on here. Boxing's getting so fucking expensive, I can't pull the money out of my ass fast enough to pay for this shit because it sucks. We're paying for subpar fighting. Subpar fights. A bunch of fucking cunts running around the ring in this Shakur Stevens fight is going to be a fucking snoozer. I already know for sure. We're all going to fall asleep because we know how Teofimo is with fucking runners. We all know that shit. We've seen this fucking story before. We've seen that movie. I don't know how anybody could be really excited about it. And I don't know how these motherfuckers could charge people for this. I mean, we know what we're getting into here. They know what they're giving us. And I just don't see a valid reason to pay for any of this shit. I really don't. I mean, who's trying to build up boxing here with these two guys? I don't really get it.
Well, first of all, you inebriated or are you okay, man?
No, I wish I was.
There you go.
I wish I was. I've been working like fucking so many hours every day. I've got some new clients, and it's been fucking horse shit. Every day, it's just some new pile of shit on top of old piles of shit on top of new piles of shit, and I can't.
I'm laughing because imagine
losing my fucking mind here.
I'm laughing imagining that what you said is complete horseshit. Like, oh yeah, I've been very busy. I got a lot of business papers and a lot of clients. Meanwhile, you're just sitting at home, not doing shit. No, but listen,
it's true. It's like my clientele list right now is bullshit. It's just like I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, all I want to talk about is this. How the fuck do you expect me to pay $500 a month for DAZN plus pay for these horseshit PBC fights? That card was horseshit. That card was complete fucking dog shit, dude.
It was.
I liked seeing Oshaki Foster beat the shit out of Stephen Fulton. The Isaac Cruz fight was a fucking joke, and then what's his name? Janibek fucking shit the bed. It's like you're taking out the main event. Was that the main event, or did they move the Isaac Cruz to the main event?
No, Isaac Cruz was always the main event.
I couldn't tell which one. I couldn't tell which one was the main event because they're not. Neither of those two fights were pay-per-view worthy fights. So I couldn't tell which one is the main event fight. Which one are they billing as the main event? I couldn't fucking tell. And I feel really sorry for anybody who had to pay $100 for that bullshit. That was fucking awful. How many pay-per-view fights, you guys? Okay, let's do the math here. You've got DAZN charging upwards of $500, and they're promising what? How many? 12 pay-per-view fights for the year? Is that what they're doing? Am I wrong here?
Yes, 12.
Okay, who's pay-per-view worthy? 12?
Unless that's it. That's why you shouldn't fucking pay for that shit. I'm telling you, it's a scam. I'm gonna wait.
I didn't pay for that shit. Okay, but I'm just wondering,
what's gonna be a pay-per-view?
Who are you? Who?
Yeah, because
who's pay-per-view worthy these days?
I mean, if they stack the card,
apparently everybody.
If they stack the card the way they've done with the 5 versus 5, because let me tell you what though, the bad outcome is if they don't stack the cards. Because look, Butcher just told me that one of the undercard fights for the Teofimo Lopez Shakur Stevenson fight card, rather taking place on January the 31st, is going to be Carlos Adames versus Amo Williams. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not pay-per-view worthy.
Oh, I'm so fucking excited. Hold on. You ever fucking whack it and then pee on yourself?
No.
Is that possible?
Let me ask the panel, guys.
I don't know how it's possible to build it as a fucking pay-per-view. I mean, listen, I run a business, and, you're supposed to service your customer, service your clientele base with something that they will want to buy, something that provides value for the money that you're providing a service. Okay, you work your ass off, you give them something good, and then that's repeat business. You get them back. This is a fucking fail. This is a switch and bait. This is a bait and switch move. And I felt really optimistic about this whole Turkey thing. Oh, we're going to get good fights, and we're getting fucking bamboozled here. It's fucking just ridiculous. There's no network. That's done. So now they can just jack up the prices and do whatever they want.
Well, we'll see what happens. Again, I'm trying to stay positive, but this Adames versus Amo Williams thing is not exactly.
Oh no, dude! It's been boxing's been circling the drain for so long, and this is going to be it right here. And fellas, it's just over. I just don't see anything like there's no emerging star.
No. No,
because you have to. It's behind a paywall. You can't build a pay. You can't. We've already talked about this ad nauseum, but it's just getting to the point where, like, why am I still a fan of this bullshit? Why? I'm more excited to watch pro box fights. I mean, I like that. Those are exciting.
Well, let me say one thing about the PBC card.
At least we have that.
Right. Let me say one thing about the PBC card. Let me say one thing about the PBC card this past Saturday. The other problem with it was that if you look at most of the guys on that card, most of these guys like Shane Mosley Jr., Lara, Fulton, I think maybe not Fulton. Some of these dudes hadn't fought in over a year. So you're paying, so you're paying for guys to shake the rust off, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much. And how many cards? How many cards are scheduled for PBC for the year?
Oh, I
mean, granted, they're all behind paywalls, but how many of them are scheduled? Like two more, maybe.
So far, like
if we're lucky,
two more.
And it's guys that are
Plant, Pacquiao
versus what's his name? Pacquiao.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's like I don't want to watch Pacquiao fight again. That was painful. You know, actually, it wasn't as painful. It was just boring. You know, so
okay. So
I didn't pay for it, so I'm glad I didn't pay for it. And
I got the list here of.
I'm just kind of like I'm completely done investing in the sport at all. Like, and just there's nothing exciting coming up.
I got the list here of the fighters on last week's PBC card. Check this out. Shane Mosley. Okay, hold on. Okay, listen. One last thing here. Lara hadn't fought since September 2024. All right, so over a year layoff before he fought this past Saturday.
Over a year.
O'Shaquie Foster hadn't fought since November 2024. Mosley Jr. hadn't fought since July 2024. Barthélemy hadn't fought since April 2024. And Frank Martin, who fought Barthélemy, hadn't fought since June 2024. So you're paying for guys who are not at their best. You're paying extra pay-per-view to watch these guys fight. I think that's disgusting. But anyway, listen, Don Mavidazos, we got to move on here.
All right, you guys. You guys have a good fucking night. I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy.
What's wrong with finding Jesus, huh? Why you got to use all this kind of language, huh?
I mean, that type of language is going to get us banned from YouTube. But listen, he was inebriated. He said he wished he was, but something tells me he was. And so shout out to him for his call. Don't forget to hit the like, fellas. Hit the like. Really helps us out. Before we go, Fu, you're here late, man. We need the real Fu TV from the get-go. But Fu, if you're there, did you see the press conference between Lopez and Shakur Stevenson? And what's your what are your thoughts on that fight? Entertaining? Are you going to be hyped for it? What's going to happen?
I think it's going to be a big old stinker. I think Teofimo's going to beat him. And the press conference was so boring. I like slightly fell asleep watching it. It was terrible. Interesting.
I'm waiting. Yeah. I want to see if you're going to go live one of these days and maybe cover it, because I want to get your thoughts on the whole rigmarole that went on there. I also want to ask you though. You're saying you're picking for Lopez, or are you rooting for him as well?
I'm picking for him. I think he has the athleticism. I think Shakur isn't as slippery as people think. He's a very kind of stoic, stiff fighter. One of the biggest things he does, biggest mistakes with Teo, is the way he moves back in straight lines like that. I think Teo's going to be leaping in and hitting him with big shots, left straights. The same thing I thought Kid Austin was going to do to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to sell out, because he's going to have to, because the guy's going to be running the whole time.
So you address fighters by their first names, is what you're saying. Like you say Teo.
Well, okay, Lopez. Yeah, Lopez. Stevenson. Who am I, Max Kellerman?
Yeah, well, no, he calls him by the first names. And he calls Andre Ward Dre. Dre, what do you think about...
Oh, wow, that's good. That's way gayer.
What if we go to the sauna later? It's like, what? But
he's down with the culture. He used to be a rapper.
Oh, he's down all right.
Oh, yeah. Rumble, young man, rumble.
He gets invited to the cookouts.
Oh, yeah, he does. But he only eats the kosher section.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. That's the weird Jewish people. He hangs out with the weird, like, ultra black, like the Israelites. That's what he hangs out with at the barbecue.
Yeah, wait,
that's a New York
Black
thing,
Israelite thing was started by a Jewish guy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, was that... I thought that was a Nation of Islam, that it was a white guy.
Oh, that was a white
whoa,
guy.
that's weird.
The Israelite thing was a Jewish guy.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
What else was I
Not
going to say?
suspicious at all.
Was he from Queens?
I think it was from Pennsylvania.
That's funny. Religion created by a guy from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, okay, Fu,
That's
you said you're rooting for Teofimo Lopez more, but why not root for your fellow Puerto Rican Shakur Stevenson?
Well, I'm not really rooting for him. I just think he's going to probably win that. But yeah, I do. I will. I'll say that I will root for him because I despise Shakur Stevenson.
Is that right? Even though
he's got practice, he's boring, and so on.
See, it's interesting because people. I've heard people say,
I hate him.
Fu's biased. I've heard people say Fu's biased. If he was biased, why would he root against his fellow Puerto Rican? That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, well,
there you go.
I mean, that guy doesn't even claim Puerto Rican. He's like the Jake Paul of Puerto Ricans, except he's slightly Puerto Rican.
Oh,
That's
no.
the only difference.
No. He has repped Puerto Rico before when he fought.
I know, because for financial reasons, mostly. That's why Jake Paul does it.
Come on.
You know that? Look, he's named after Shakur, Tupac Shakur.
Right.
Right, and he never claims that Spanish stuff. If anything, I think I've actually heard him call. I think I've heard him call Spanish people racist. I'm like, what?
But hold on, but Tupac, if I'm correct, Tupac is named after Tupac Amaratu, right? Or what was the guy's name? He was a leader, right? Of the
I don't know. It was like a black dude, right?
No, Pucho, you know more about me.
Who was Incas? Not the Incas.
Right.
In Peru or something.
So there is a connection there.
What the hell?
The Hispanic connection remains.
God.
You're wrong, Fu. You're wrong. The Hispanic connection endures.
Right. Damn it, I was wrong. It's Tupac who wants to be Spanish.
Well, maybe too. I don't know.
Is that what it is?
There's an obsession with Mexico sometimes with these Afro-Anglo fighters, always talking about Mexicans this, Mexican that,
wearing sombreros,
the culture,
coming out with mariachi music.
Exactly.
They want the culture. Yeah. They don't want to just EBT, Section 8.
Come on.
Right.
Yeah, it looks weird when Floyd comes out with a sombrero on. It just looks wrong.
It looks like
even LeBron James, didn't he trademark Taco Tuesday? I swear that happened.
Yeah, he did.
Really?
Yes,
I thought that was showbiz.
The hell's Taco Tuesday?
Showbiz.
You don't. Oh,
That's
you're
not
Canadian.
showbiz.
You don't. This is a new American trend.
Wait a minute. I don't like where this is going.
Get with the times, dude.
I will.
You don't know about Taco Tuesday?
Maybe I.
This is getting very offensive.
I mean, listen, it's near the end of the show, so who cares?
I feel offended.
Now, I think
it's the Anglicization like of Cinco de Mayo, right? So they seen a trend and then they anglicized it so they could sell tacos to white people.
Culture vultures. That's what they call them.
Exactly. But LeBron James, he trademarked it. That's what I heard.
No. You gotta do what Fu does. You gotta call him by the first name. So instead of LeBron James, you just say LeBron, like as if you know him.
King James.
I was talking to LeBron the other day.
You mean Brown?
I don't call Teo. Right.
Hey, I was going to bring up, because we're running out of time here, but I was going to bring up the fact that Ryan Garcia is going to be fighting Barrios, and Barrios has hired Joe Goosen as his trainer. Of course, you will recall that between 2022 and 2023, Joe Goosen was training Ryan Garcia. So now I'm even more convinced that, or more doubtful, rather, that Ryan Garcia beats Barrios. I don't think it's a given. I think it's going to be a very difficult fight.
Well, Ryan thinks there's a conspiracy or something. There's a mole again, and he's saying
you said that?
Yeah.
Well, then he should hire Virgil Hunter, who used to train Barrios for a while, and get him to give him the inside scoop. Why not? Fight dirt with dirt.
Virgil Hunter's a terrible trainer.
I know, yeah.
Much.
You're right. That could actually be gone. That could actually be
that's what he told him the whole training camp. You can do this. Do this, Barrios. He's like, why are you crying? You can do this.
Oh, that was a Ward Kovler, right? You can do it. You can knock him out.
He's like,
listen, you got you. Stop him. Dre.
Yeah, and they
you want
start whispering.
Dre, you go out there and you beat him. Do this.
Do it for your family.
Hey, by the way, yeah, we'll see if that happens, man. The other thing I want to bring up real quick is, okay, so don't forget, people, that we have very good fights on Saturday. Pacheco versus Sadjo. Tito Mercado is going to be fighting on the undercard against Moran. A crossroads fight between Cordina and Flores. And by the way, I think crossroads fights is actually reserved for when a young guy fights a guy who's on the way out. I think. I always confuse that term. But either way, we're going to use it for this one. Just like Frank kept saying that Sadjo is from Nigeria, we're going to appropriate that term. The other thing is this. Tomorrow, Thursday, there is boxing from Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. Not Imam. Kataev, in other words. Kataev, light heavyweight guy who looks like Beterbiev, returns after his controversial decision defeat to Morel, and he's going to be fighting a German guy who's been stopped by Beterbiev and by... who else stopped him? Somebody else stopped him.
Enrique Kolik?
That sounds like an exciting fight. He's fighting a German guy?
Is it Enrico Kolik that he's fighting?
It is not Enrico Colli.
Okay.
I remember he described all the fighters like that. Yeah, he's good. The black dude's going to be fighting the white guy.
Yeah,
and then there's the German guy on the card.
Actually, Colli would be a step up from this dude because Colli at least went... Didn't he go 11 rounds with Beterbiev and never hit the canvas until late in the fight or something like that? So
he's fighting Adam DNS. Okay, that's what he's fighting.
Yeah, DNS. And DNS has been stopped before. He was stopped by Beterbiev. But there's another dude that stopped him. Quinn, who was it? Are you looking at his record now?
No, let me go check.
Okay, I'll check it out. I found the guy's record. So Imam. Oh no, his first name is Imam. DNS lost to... Jeez, Luis, it's taking me a while to get to it. All right, he lost to Albert Ramirez. Who the fuck is Albert Ramirez? 18-0. So he lost to a guy named Albert Ramirez.
You mean Albert?
Is that the guy that fought Badu Jack and a lot of people thought he won? Is that the same guy or no?
It doesn't say. No, this dude's undefeated. He's an undefeated Venezuelan. Oh no, I think I have seen him fight before. He's one of those classic. Look at this. 33 years old. Venezuela hasn't fought anybody of note. 22-0, 19 knockouts. I don't know what it is about Venezuelans and Colombians. Though they all hit hard for the most part. That is insane.
Lost to a guy named Fan Long Ming. I remember hearing that name.
Yeah, he fought Jean Pascal, I think.
That sounds like a villain in a kung fu film.
It sounds like a dish.
And one of those comedy kung fu films. Dynamite, right?
Sounds like the Wednesday special over at Tiki Ming's.
Feels like a type of soup.
Ming killed my brother. It's the Fa Long, the first part.
They got a
How
terrible...
you say it? Fa Long Ling?
Fa Long Ling. You pay now. You pay now.
Chicken broccoli?
Come on. I forget that I forget that Food TV is a New Yorker, so he knows all about those Chinese places. But
yeah, Fa Long, chicken broccoli, spare ribs.
Yeah.
Spare ribs.
Yeah. They always rush you on the phone. They always rush you on the phone. Yeah.
They always sound like Manny Pacquiao on the phone. It's weird.
Exactly. One last thing too. Okay, so we got Kataev taking on that mismatch guy. He should be able to stop him. And then on Friday, we've got Gassiev, who's still fighting. Yes, he's still fighting at heavyweight. And he's going to be taking on Pulev. And Pulev, as far as I know, has some sort of title. This is going to be broadcast on The Zone live from Dubai. So it's probably going to take place at about 5 p.m. Eastern time. Kubrat Pulev taking on Murat Gassiev, 12 rounds for Pulev's WBA regular heavyweight title. It's like in Full Metal Jacket. But why call him regular? Is there an irregular? But anyway, that's what we've got. Oh, Maxi Hughes is fighting on the undercard too against Bakodur Uzmonov. Who the fuck is that guy?
Oh, is that the guy that beat, am I wrong? Oh no, someone that got robbed in Camboso fight, right?
Yeah, Maxi Hughes is the guy that got robbed against Cambosos, and then he got stopped by Cepeda. However, I want to look at this dude. All right, this dude has a big ass forehead. That's not good in boxing. It's a big target right there. Look at that.
Big forehead.
11-0 with 5 knockouts.
Looks like Mega.
He looks like that dude Charlie Zelenoff or something.
Nah, come on. You guys, one after another, just
he actually does look like him.
I like how
he looks like live action Butthead, but like when he was older.
You know what? I hate this fucking panel because you guys are vicious. Fu comes out with one, then Vessel has one ready a couple of seconds later. Then the Quinn Lasser. I mean, you guys, or Frank, I think it was Frank. You guys are vicious, and I don't like it. I don't like this making fun of people's looks. I never do that, by the way.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Okay, but look at this dude. Classic Central Asian, 27 years old already. He only has 11 fights. He can't crack. It doesn't seem. He's from Tajikistan. Who has he fought? Christopher
He looks like
Muff.
he wins a laundry mat, bro.
Was that?
Did they get lazy when naming all those Kazakhstan places?
I think so, yeah. All the
Tajikistan.
Tajikistan.
Kazakhstan, Tajikistan.
Never heard.
Pakistan.
Kyrgyzstan. Yeah. What is this dude? He went to the...
Holstand.
What the fuck? This guy didn't even go to the Olympics. Why take so much time turning pro? He participated in the Bangkok...
He's running a laundry mat. That's why.
Ah, come on. He participated in the Bangkok Asian Championships. He won gold there. Then he won. He medaled bronze in the Dubai Asian Championships and the 2022 Asian Championships. Then he medaled bronze in the World Championships. Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty tough, the World Championships. But then he didn't even go to the Olympics. So, what the hell's going on? Still,
Crawford engaged in Bangkok as well.
Ah, come on. Jeez, Luis. Hey, Two Matador says the guy looks like telekinesis. You guys agree?
Yeah.
Nah, he doesn't look like that.
He's got more hair.
He does kind of like a Telkites.
He's got more hair.
Man. You guys are fucking... No, you know what? We're going to end it.
It's Telkites pro debut, guys. You guys are watching or what?
Are they born looking like 12 beers in? I mean, why do they look like that?
Come on,
I think it's called fetal alcohol syndrome.
This is supposed to be a nice family show, and you guys are... Oh, hey, this dude, Usmanov, he fought Pagara. Hold on. What the fuck? Is that Pagara? Is that the Olympian? Oh, okay, because I think they're fighting at the IBA. So BoxRec lists them as professional fights. Isn't Pagara the guy the gold medalist? No, okay, no, I'm confusing him. Who the fuck
I think
is
you're talking about Byagazanov or something like that. His name is.
Right.
Yeah, Albert Byagazanov. I think that's his name.
Okay, because this dude, I think Usmanov has fought in the IBA. Yeah, I'm looking at his. He fought Albert Pagara. Who's Pagara then? How come I've heard of his name before? I don't even know if we can watch this fight, so I'm going to be playing 5-second clips. Just real quick, I'm just curious who this dude is.
You just show your face and do lots of facial expressions while the video plays.
Look at this dude. You can see his forehead even from far away. It's like a mountain moving around on legs.
Oh, that's massive. Oh, it is. Wow.
He should advertise on that.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, you can see him dialing the information. What's it called? What do they call it?
He's downloading the data.
Downloading the data.
That's
you can see it, bro.
That forehead has a fiber optic, man. Because I mean, it's a lot of space for a lot of fiber optic. By the way, Don J in the chat says the guy can tell the future and beyond. Yeah, he's got a big ass brain. He's got mutant powers. Hey, look! Hold on.
He's like that episode of the Twilight Zone, To Serve Man.
That's a good episode.
Old school Twilight Zone or the
Yeah, old school, the original series. Yeah, Rod Cookbook, To Serve Man.
Double L.
Remember, he's about.
Go ahead. What?
It's the part you remember the episode where they eat people.
Yeah, you know what?
The episode for you?
No.
I can't believe you've never seen that episode. That's insane.
Why is it one of the
Maybe
classics?
you're
Oh, no, okay,
related
but
to
I've seen the
those
meme.
aliens.
I've seen the meme. Look, I'm googling it here. It's one of these, right?
Yeah.
He kind of does
They've
look
got like a
little
popcorn for a head. They look a little like Devin Haney. It's weird.
Popcorn. That's very apt. You're right, man. You have a way with words.
Yeah, it's like they put a popcorn in their head. Actually,
But,
they remind me of Benavidez a little bit.
It's true. He
In the
looks a little bit
face,
like Malcolm
not in the
X
head.
too, a little bit. He looks like Malcolm X a little bit too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, very similar. Maybe I don't know. Could be.
Double L in the chat says, "Take me to your leader." Yeah, that's like an old school Martian right there from those 1950s movies. Check out this combination though, real quick from Usmanov. He's actually got pretty quick hands. Look at this.
Oh, badoink.
Hold on. That's not the clip. Hold on, because I don't want to play too much here, because then we get copyright issues. Hold on. Give me 5 seconds to reset the cycle. All right, here we go.
You're doing a breakdown. Come on.
Look at that. Ooh, shoe shining almost there.
Oh my God! Oh, you gotta love that lead uppercut there. That was pretty impressive.
But what was I gonna say? That okay. So he's fighting Maxi Hughes, who's a mover. So don't expect. And this guy can crack. So something tells me it's not gonna be a barn burner. But anyway, that's all we got for today.
Comeback fight for Maxi Hughes, huh?
Well, no, he actually fought in Dubai or somewhere else not that long ago on the zone as well against another mover. It was actually a pretty entertaining fight.
Oh, another mover. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's interesting.
We got to go. Shout out to Food TV. Check out the real Food TV, his channel.
Man,
When's the last time you went live? Because I have been logging on with my account in 4 days. Have you gone live in the last 4 days?
I did a stream. I did a long stream last night.
Holy shit! How come
about that Pitbull Cruz road fight?
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe they're like not showing my notifications. They do that from time to time.
Well, it's because also I wasn't
Shit cylinder.
I wasn't browsing. I usually don't browse with the BDA account, so that's why you probably didn't catch it. But I'm gonna go watch it later on when I'm eating. But yeah, shout out to Food TV. Go check that out.
I did a parody and had a typo in it. I was like, damn it. But you tell me if you like it. It has to do with Shakur Stevenson.
All right.
What does Foo show? His furry collection? Is that what he does on his
come
channel?
on.
Yes, I show my furries off.
Frank, it sounds like you want to see some fur. That sounds like
No, I just wondered what content he had. I'll have
He's
to check him out.
projecting. It's Lamont 19.
What the fuck is this thumbnail? Lamont 19 Roach. and then look at this: the Pitbull versus Roach play-by-play. You put a Pitbull. Why do you gotta call the guy a cockroach, man? Come on.
Hey, come on! He's a big ass roach. Use those pincers. You gotta watch out.
You can't
got a left pincer and a right pincer.
A lot of your content reminds you of like old Pulp Fiction books, like the human roach versus the stuff like that.
Yeah, but food. You can't claim to be. First of all right. Two things. First of all, I like the detail that you can't really see unless you zoom in. He's hitting Roach, and Fu actually added a bunch of roaches flying off him as if it was sweat. So nice little detail there.
Good.
But second of all,
you
can't claim to be unbiased and then call a guy a cockroach. I mean, come on.
I mean, look, his name is Roach. His name is Roach,
not cockroach.
Pitbull, Roach. His stage name should have to do with roaches.
No, but that's if I say if I start putting thumbnails of Lamont Roach with cocks all over him, I go, well, cockroach is part of his name. No, makes no sense.
I don't know. I mean, he should. Pitbull should have came out with like a big bottle of Raid. Like that kind of thing. Come on, guys.
No, you don't get it. Food TV. Mexicans kill roaches with their bare hands.
That's true.
Pitbull and Roach. That is funny. It's funny.
Listen, I'm not saying Food
TV.
I'm not saying Food TV is giving us great explanations, but at least he's giving explanations. That's what I'm saying. I give him credit for that.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's their spirit animals. Roaches is a roach, and Pitbull's Pitbull. I mean, he fights like a roach, doesn't he? You saw the way he was bending over and coming forward with his arms outstretched. He looked a little bit like a roach.
You really look at his animality.
Just remember,
I think he fights her like a roach.
Hey, just for Food TV's channel isn't for accurate breakdowns. It's for entertainment.
Oh, yeah. Okay? You guys gotta remember that. That's why I said Brian Norman is gonna get dropped once by Haney, and then it happened, right? Funny.
Yeah, and you said Ryan Garcia was gonna beat Haney, and it happened. So yeah,
Haney.
You're right.
Yeah,
and Berlango was gonna beat Haney. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, the what?
What'd you say? Yeah, what'd you say, Quentin?
No,
I said Berlango was gonna beat Shiraz.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, I didn't definitively say that. I said it's a 50-50 fight. That's what I said before.
Berlango was going to beat Canelo.
I don't remember that.
I said it was 50-50, and I never said that. And I never said Berlanga's gonna beat Canelo. I said he has a possibility to do it, and I said the ways he has to do it. I never said he's gonna beat him.
Because you are
You son of a
Jew. You're a Jew.
Your soul
wait, what?
is mine.
All right, well, listen.
Well, who's a Jew?
Yeah, I don't know who's playing that, but very interesting show, I must say. You guys contributed to a lot. I was happy to have you guys here. Vessel, Fu, Quentin Lassiter, the Guns. Boxing with Frank. Hey, go check out Boxing with Frank Bate too. He's also doing shows. He cuts him short when the massage therapist shows up, but at least he's doing shows.
Yeah,
again.
ignore that when you hear the dinging. Just ignore that.
Ignore the sounds coming out of his mic when he thinks it's on.
Where does he get these? Does he get those massages at Sweet Hand Plants massage parlor?
Oh, that was another good one. You need to give me all of those, man. I want to watch that, the Showbiz Friday the 13th clip, and the Jerron Ennis No Diddy thing with the laughter.
Oh yeah, I have some new ones that I'm gonna be doing soon.
There you go. And Sobers, I
no
sent you
more parodies. I got to do more.
There you go.
What's
and
up?
Sobers, I sent
That's
you
fine.
what the Can Man did with the Kramer saying BDA is the best. I sent that to you on Discord, so now you get the source.
Okay, perfect.
Of where it
That's
comes
like my
from.
favorite. That's like the favorite.
You got
thing
the
on
guy that
Subway
played
right
Kramer saying BDA is the best.
Yeah, we paid. What's that called? On where you have celebrities giving shout outs and you pay them like $50 or what is that?
Oh, Cameo.
Cameo, yes, thank you. I think it was Camo, by the way.
It's like Dante's Boxing Nation, where he picks up any hoe off the street and has him say the name of the channel. And he stares at their ass.
That's funny.
He's just sitting there at the fucking nail salon. Yeah, say it. You see them turn, he zooms into their ass. You're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Fool, wasn't there a clip where they accidentally? Wasn't there a clip when they're actually? Wasn't there a clip where accidentally, like she was saying, "Watch Dante's boxing," and then the camera accidentally panned to the right, and you saw someone holding a gun to her head? Isn't that? Am I imagining? Or did that really
I
happen?
remember that.
There, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was Dante actually. He turned the camera on himself. Yeah,
I think so. Huh?
he was holding the gun. He's like, "Say it, bitch. Say it." Sorry.
All right. We're jesting here. We're just horsing around.
Sorry.
We're just joshing.
That was honest. That was honest.
You're watching Vikings Dante. That was at the nail salon. Yeah.
That was the bloopers. Yeah.
They had to do a lot of takes for that one.
What are you doing?
You guys are way out of line here. You're gonna make me. I ran out of O's, by the way, Italian O's, so I gotta go to the soundboard.
Oh, hey. There I gave you
rim shot.
All right.
It's very Fonz like, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tones
Now, the
mouth.
Italian. What do they call it? The Italian American Defense, the anti-def. No, whatever. I forget what they call it. It's like the ADL but for Italians, and way less money. But yeah, we got to go.
What
But
they
shout
do?
out to. Was
They
that
prevent Goodfellas 2 from being released.
Goodfellas too?
They say it paints a negative image of Italian Americans. You cannot make a second Goodfellas.
Exactly. They took that away from us.
Exactly.
But
I never seen
They
that movie
did.
actually.
They
Was
take
that-
everything from us. It's a
Double-
decent movie.
Double L
No,
is
that's
saying
a
that I
good
went crazy at the Comedy Factory. Yeah, that was. We actually have clips. I finally found them of my my meltdown at the Comedy Store. Check this out.
You can talk.
That was me going after. The audience was heckling me, man. I had to go after them.
All right, you see? It shocks you. It shocks
Do you have the Kramer clip when he goes and he has his meltdown?
This is it.
You guys have been talking.
I have the unedited one.
that
It
is
says
him,
yelling
but-
the N word, but I can't play that obviously.
Yeah, he
Well, I
says
have-
the N word, a hard N word.
I have the apology.
He says
though.
a hard N.
Oh yeah, he says it with a
Oh, that's
with
funny.
panache. I also have the apology
A
when
hard
he went to,
ER.
when he went on David Letterman's shows of all shows to apologize.
I lost my temper. The blacks, the
I
Hispanics, whites,
usually say
the blacks.
I usually say the N word when I hit my my toe on a table.
when
and I say often.
when the Indiana Pacers failed to cover the spread, that's when he starts yelling the N word at the TV.
The blacks, the Hispanics, whites. I'm not a racist. That's what's so insane about this.
Yeah, there you go. All right, now we gotta go.
I say that a lot.
Is that where South Park got the N word guy from?
I don't know. I don't watch South Park.
Remember that?
I haven't watched it.
No, that's
Well,
from
they had an episode where the guy the father was on like
Matty.
one of those
He was on
those
a
game shows,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were like, and then the word ended with ER, and there was the same
No, it
amount
was
of slots as you know that word.
It was NGGER, and there was a letter missing, and he was like, I
Yeah,
don't want
he's
to
like,
say
so
it."
what does it say?
And it found out it was actually Nagger, but he said the other word. He was like, oh, it was Nagger. Of
Well,
course.
no, he said people who annoy you.
Yeah, and he was like, N-word.
Definitely too.
You guys have been talking and talking and talking. You guys have been talking and talking and talking.
Oh. So he thought since they were African Americans in the back,
exactly,
he can call them that because they're talking.
Well, that new girl, BDA is gonna cut me off, but that new girl, she got like 300,000 for that meltdown on
the cinnamon girl, right? The cinnamon.
Yeah.
And then it turns out her kid is.
300K.
Turns out her kid is half Afro-Anglo, so she's calling these people the N-word. Meanwhile, she's gonna have a hybrid kid. What the hell's that about?
But I'm like, I need to do that now and have people donate to me. You know, like, I need to do a viral clip.
You already do it without the money. Yeah, but you already do it.
I know, but
money,
I need to go viral with it.
Exactly. There you go.
People will donate to me.
You know, you got to be a blonde woman for that to work. You can't be a Mexican guy and get a bunch of donations. You got to have a pussy.
You're right. A blonde, good-looking chick.
Exactly. All right, listen. We got to go. But again, shout out to everybody who joined the panel. You guys are the best. It's a fun show. And hopefully
will you be at the after party, BDA?
The after party, what?
The after party at the taqueria.
The after party. You're going.
I'll try to make it. Usually, at minimum, I listen on YouTube. But don't forget to check out. Okay, by the way, what's the new channel, Sobers? Because I think it's like the third time you've changed it.
Never Sobers. Just put Never Sobers, and it'll pop up. But just make sure you put a Z at the end, because if you don't, that Chief Keef song will pop up.
Dude, your stream goes in and out like 5 times an hour.
What do you mean?
It's always like, at least 3 or 4 times.
It does. Sometimes it doesn't.
Can't even hear Sobers.
A lot. I get in that weird whatever Canadian fucking porn infection is fucking up his Wi-Fi connection. It's starting to.
Oh, wait a minute. There's hold on. There's no. It might be an infection, but it's not porn. And second of all, I'm looking for your channel because I was just watching it yesterday. No, that's not it. See, there's Never Sobers Reloaded, but that's not where you're broadcasting from anymore.
My stream right now is called Levity, but to find all the titles, I'm putting Never Sobers.
Levity. How do you come up with these names for these fucking? It's like an album from the 1990s or something. Hey, if you want to listen to Never Sober's second album, Levity, in stores now. Hold on.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, it's next to Train's debut album.
When I type in Levity, like you said, a bunch of musician shit pops up. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I just put the titles Never Sobers with the Z and my shit. It'll pop up.
Hold on. I'm looking for it because I want to at least put it on the screen so people know what the hell's going on. And I also want to put Frank's stream up there so people know that it exists. Because people think I make shit up. It's like, oh yeah, Frank has a channel, and they think I'm joking around, like sending them on a wild goose chase. No, there is. Yeah, there is a real channel here. Hold on a sec. Final thing before we leave, and then we really gotta go. I gotta go eat. But okay,
you eat? Wow.
This is. I don't know what to say to that. That's the Real Food TV's channel right there. The Real Food TV at Food TV NYC. Go check it out. Then we've got.
Thank you.
Of course, no, you have to say thank you. Sobers' channel. I think they're live right now. Oh no, this is an old stream. By the way, yesterday was Primo stuff. Pigeon came in.
Oh yeah.
Drunk out of his mind. He was going at it with Perception, who also gets drunk, and inevitably starts getting into it with everybody.
When
battle of the drunks.
When I met Perception, dude, and I talked to him a couple of times, I was like, bro, I need to get him and Pigeon on the panel together, because I knew it was a great
signing. That was a great signing, by the way, having those two guys on.
Yeah, and, great signing. Yeah.
Oh, they did it? They went at each other?
Yeah, they're two of the top prospects in the YTVC.
Is that live still up?
Yeah, it's from yesterday.
I need to go check that out.
And they started going at it. It was funny because Pigeon doesn't care. He just goes, bye-bye, person. No, what was he saying? I forget what he was. They were going at it, and then Perception starts singing. He's got a good voice, actually.
He always does. He always does.
Who sings better, you or Perception?
Was that what he was singing? The other day he was singing the Coca-Cola theme song. Like randomly. We're talking about Gonzalo, and then I don't know, he's like, always
like the unstoppable force met the immovable object, right? That's kind of how it was.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I got to try to listen to that. That's Primo stuff when you guys go live. And they were also having a discussion about Mike Tyson and the whole custom model connection.
The hypnotizing of that custom model did to Mike Tyson. You know, people don't like to say it, because it's my favorite fighter. Oh, these guys, these are manly men. They don't do that. Whoop de whoop. You know, that guy, that little email that guy wrote, that the guy sent you, the article.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's self-reporting a little bit, but there is a lot of weird gay shit in boxing, right?
Absolutely.
And, Joe Goosen is one of them. Ryan Garcia's already said he's on some weird shit.
DeMarcus Chop
Brooks Strano, who drinks.
Mike
Remember
Tyson,
Brooks Strano who drank a giant glass of sweat? You remember that dude drink a giant glass of
Hold
sweat?
on, one at a time. Frank, go ahead. What?
Oh, no, you were showing my channel, but I'm different from you. I only talk about black fighters. All right, so just be prepared. I only talk about black fighters.
There you go.
You know, so
I'm
not
guys
like
always talking about black fighters. I've only been listening for 5 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to create a side channel that does that. I'm going to become like these guys on the Lions Den boxing community thing. And I'm going to pretend I'm black and become like this TY guy online.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a good idea, bro. It'll work.
I think it would work, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. Oh, yeah, it's going to work.
So we asked the hard questions, BDA. You know what I'm saying? Like, what was Cus D'Amato doing with Mike Tyson late at night in an addict? You know, with Mike Tyson saying, with Mike Tyson quoted being saying, "I loved Cus D'Amato so much, I would do whatever he said." And then there's already accusations between him and Floyd Patterson, where he would sleep outside Floyd Patterson's door, and even closer to quote unquote like avoid anybody poisoning his food.
Whoa!
Right, so he had to make sure
you think Ali got him
real comfy and tight.
What the hell?
Oh wow,
that is
there's weird stuff about that. There's weird questions around that guy. And look, if you're a parent, dude, you have to be wary of anybody who wants to hang out with your kids, and especially if they don't have any kids themselves, because most parents they only care about their kids. Their kids are the cutest kids in the world. Your kids, the only way a parent will look out for another person's kid is the fact that I have kids myself, and I don't want to see another parent. I know what that would feel like. That's how parents look out for each other's kids. You know what I mean? But of someone without them, what are they doing? What are you doing at the Little League game? What are you doing there with the heart on, watching these kids box? Like, what's going on? What's going on?
Wait, Cus D'Amato didn't have kids?
No, he doesn't have any kids, bro. So
did he have a wife?
Like, you know,
Wait, no wife?
No wife.
No wife, no kids. That is kind of
His
weird.
entire life,
He had a wife. He had a wife.
Watching them box and
Was
sweating.
that a cover?
It's kind of weird.
He had a wife.
Weird, yeah.
I think she was a lesbian or some shit like that. She was weird.
I would kill somebody for custody.
You guys are fucking horrible, man. But also, I wanted to say that.
Remember they asked in the interviews? They try to make him cry.
Right.
So, Mike,
oh yeah. They always try to do
sad
that.
Cus is dead and in the ground? I would.
But let's not forget too that DeMarcus Chop Corley is another weird character who he admitted that he used to wear Victoria's Secret underwear when he was fooling around with his girlfriend. And on top of that, Lennox Lewis for a long time was rumored. Yeah, for a long time, Lennox Lewis, he was rumored that he was playing for the other team because he was very yeah, you never saw him with a woman.
The way he talks is very feminine.
He said that.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, but people look the other way with the whole Gus D'Amato thing because it's the white savior.
He overcame his gayness.
You know, it's the whole blind side. You know those stories where the good white person saves the little bad black kid. You know, so it fits America's narrative. What they want to.
He's like, Mike, you've been bad. Now get back up on this cross, and I'll beat you with this whip. Oh my God, it's sexy.
Come on, wait, what? Well, you know, it is weird though.
Let's go deeper.
I always found it weird.
This is all surface level, BDA.
I know.
Devin Haney, the Diddy parties. Mm-hmm. Devin Haney, the Diddy parties.
Oh.
Right? Sugar Ray Leonard, that special conversation he had in the backseat with his Olympic coach before he went to the Olympics.
Yeah, right now, he's like, there was things going on. I didn't look down.
Of any fighter that has sugar in their name because they're fucking sweet.
That's
when Tio called Shakur. He's like Shakur Stevenson.
Oh yeah, and
Mike Tyson's name was Iron Mike because he was hard. Think about it.
That's true.
Oh shit! Damn. You got it. And he had that lisp. He had that really gay lisp.
Sobers and Vessel and Quinn. You guys are making.
He also picked up Javante. Oh my bad.
Go ahead.
He picked up Javante.
I was going to add that P. Diddy also felt up on Gervonta Davis when he met him. Right, he picked him up off the ground and grabbed his ass.
That's a great
Oh,
point.
yeah, he cupped him.
This is
cupped
way
the
too much
cheeks.
evidence, man. This is too much evidence, and I'm pretty sure there's people out there that aren't going to like it, but it's true. There's a lot of bizarre behavior there. In fact, listen, let me show you, because people say, oh, that's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. There's tapes out there of Cos D'Amato teaching Mike Tyson the tricks and all that, and they used to do it in a basement. That's fucking weird. A hot basement, they're all shirtless, and I'm just gonna play you a clip of what was going on there between Cos D'Amato and Mike Tyson, all right? So you understand that we're not fucking making this shit up.
Play my game, yeah. You wanna play? I'll play with you. We'll play hard, too. Go!
I mean, come on. What is that about? That's not a normal
Why
boxing.
did he have it was like an Australian accent Mike had there.
Yeah, it sounded
You're
like
mine now, so I'll let you go. You are mine. You are my meat. You're my possession. Go!
I mean, I don't know what's going on here. But yeah, it was weird.
That's a very like British. Oh.
It is. Huh?
Is that what it is? Is that like the role play they do? Mike plays like a British guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it is, to tell you the truth, and I don't want to know. I don't want to.
You ever see? You ever saw Mike in that movie, Black and White? Where the scene where Robert Downey Jr. is like ultra gay, and he comes up to him and hits on him.
Is that with Ben Stiller too? I think he's in it.
I'm not sure, but I know that Robert Downey Jr. like hits on Mike Tyson. He's like, I ain't gay.
You know what?
You can kind of see he's gay. Yeah,
but you know what?
I'm gonna start ripping scenes from that film.
I'll say, do that. I'll say this though: Sobers is onto something. He's offering way too much evidence, and it makes me uncomfortable. It's really destroying my life's notions, and my preconceived notions of what life is and what boxing should be. I don't want to admit it, but I like to fancy myself a logical person, and I can't just dismiss the evidence offhand. I really can't. I think Sobers is onto something here. And shout out to.
I mean, it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? It makes sense. Like super gay dudes would go into those spaces, right? And get to see a bunch of shirtless guys and all that,
Yeah, I don't want to fight. I just want to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
That's a good point, man. That is an excellent point. Be that as it may, no matter how good the points are, we do have to go. So shout out to everybody, guys. All of you guys on the panel.
No.
And yes. Oh, hold on.
BDA.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sure.
Okay, if Canelo were to retire now, who's the greatest Mexican fighter of all time?
Salvador Sanchez.
I still go with Chavez.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to get a little controversial and say Duran.
Oh, well, that's like Shakur Stevenson. He's half and half. You're right. Half Mexican. His father was Mexican.
Yeah, that video that you made, the compilation of the Chavez defense, yeah, that opened my eyes to something that I hadn't really noticed in depth. The way he fights, that's badass.
It is badass.
The slips
Chavez was
inside.
Go ahead. What?
Yeah, the slips on the inside, the offense and defense in tandem.
Exactly. Chavez was a better come forward inside fighter. Canelo is a better counter puncher. So you pick your poison with those two. What you like. With that being said, we do have to go. So shout out to the Guns, Quentin, the Real Food TV, Vessel, Sobers, Frank Bay, Bucho was here earlier.
Thank you.
I don't know if I missed anybody. No, thank you guys. Thank you for being on. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Rapax Trucking Company, Fluke Duke, Mike Rodriguez, Miso Dionysian, Sean Rain. Who else? I don't want to forget anybody here. As many names. LL, Sigma Human, Debater of Everything presents some fucking numbers. King KO Great, Snackford, Matador. Who else? Dark A Dog. Shout out to him. Shout out to everybody. Chet Collins in the house as well. Mexican Boxing, Exponero. Chitlin, I think I saw him earlier as well.
Shout out Turkey Al Sheik.
Shout out Turkey Al Sheik. Yeah, why not? Parukua, Siphon PSX.
Shit.
Come on, wait a minute. What? He's gonna come after you, fool. He's got the money to do it.
That's what Canelo calls him. Turkey Al shit. Turkey Al shit.
All right, we gotta go. We're gonna get shut down here.